Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Tournament. Today we have a good one for you. Today we've got Uncle Reggie versus AeroRaiser. I am Bruh Inc., joined by Marion on commentary.
Hello, good evening. We're back again for more madness.
Alright. And so what you're going to see here, since this is our round 2 for Swiss, we have our, alternate weekly settings, yes?
That'd be correct.
Yeah. It basically means we're going to have random start, 3 random starting items, random elevators, and random gates, along with the, regular randomized items. So we're starting with only one item. We're starting with Morph Ball Bombs, so we're probably going to be in either Temple Grounds or Aegon, and we're going to have a Temple Grounds start. Okay, starting in the Hive Chambers. This is a really chill start. This isn't going to be too crazy.
No, it's going to do them well. We can start right by Hive Chamber B and immediately get this item without having to come back for it.
Yeah. Random gates add a lot more chaos than what you might initially expect, because a lot of, we need to get through a certain amount of gates in order to get to our Sky Temple key hints and just to finishing the game. And we also need, to get through a lot of gates to get to different elevators, which random elevators also adds a lot more chaos, so, this preset has the capability to generate some really crazy seeds.
Yeah, we got a long way to go, my friend, and us starting here in Temple, it's a little frightening. I mean, well, we got a Violet Gate for one of the hives, but it's a matter of, with so many elevators here, where are we going and what can we do right off the bat? I mean, we don't have much equipment to begin with. Okay,
so looks like this gate here is unlocked. That's a feature of our randomizer. In the vanilla game, every gate requires a translator to open, but there are some that can be shuffled to just be unlocked. We have a beam-related upgrade in a cursed lake, and we also found our light beam in Hive Chamber B. We're going to see where this random elevator goes, along with this item check. What did that say? Temple Transport Emerald? Amber? Okay. Well, that's unfortunately completely useless.
First STK.
That's nice to see. Unfortunately, this elevator is completely useless right now because we're immediately locked off by a light block that is going to be pointing the other direction. So we're not going there.
No, unfortunately, that elevator is practically useless until we find new access to Great Temple.
Yeah. That's one of the... There are several elevators that are, one way that, if we find them, we kind of can't go through them unless we're coming from a certain direction, and that's one of them. Another one would be, Sanctuary Entrance, Quadrant, or Lower Torvis are all, one-way elevators where we kind of have to go through them a specific direction. We can't go both ways.
Logic speaking, I agree with you, but with Lower Torvis, if we manage to have Power Bomb, Spider Ball, and Boost Ball, they could break logic and do a Trading Chamber skip.
They can do that. However, unless we've done the fight in Torvis Temple, we are just stuck in Lower Torvis and we cannot go to Upper. But we found a missile expansion here in Temple Assembly Site, which is out of logic, so it gives us 5 missiles. However, we're not expected to logically have missiles until we find the main missile launcher. But those missiles do allow us to use missiles, which gets us this item in Storage Cavern B, which was our first Aegon key.
Well, let's hope Worms or Mining Plaza don't have anything too crazy.
Yeah.
Tass is running an Emerald translator today.
It's important to try and remember the gates, especially as you're racing, because knowing what color these gates are is very important, because as you're going to see here in a second, AeroRaiser is approaching GFMC compound, and he's going to get a map station there. And so what a map station allows us to do is it lets us see where all our elevators go. for this specific region. So we're going to get elevator info over 5 elevators. There are 6 elevators in Temple Grounds, and we've already seen one, but knowing which elevators are locked off by which translators is huge. And speak of the devil, there's Emerald Translator.
That'd be great. I mean, FTA's Emerald, we can get that immediately. And with TAS being Emerald, well, no space jumper with the missiles in hand. I wouldn't mind seeing a play into Aegon.
Yeah. We've got access to 2 elevators for free here, so maybe Aegon or Great Temple access could be good. If we see like Emerald elevator, Torvis entrance. That's good, but we're not going to be taking that yet. Yep, there's Emerald. I bet AeroRaiser is going to go that direction, since that allows us to get at least 3 checks in Great Temple.
Oh, and Reggie's having a bit of problems here in Trooper Security Station.
Oh.
Reggie scanned the gate and tried to go through it.
Oh, you know what happened?
He swapped the layers.
No, this seed had the players had RA'd to have, I think, new patcher and multiplayer pickups, and new patcher was not enabled, and I assume there are no multiplayer pickups either. Or no, we don't have any multiplayer pickups in this. It's just new patcher, but new patcher is not enabled, so we're actually going to regen this seed.
Oh, we have confirmation. We have a confirmation on the regen.
Yep. The race has been canceled, and well, the race time room. They're just going to regen the seed here in a second. It might take us a little bit to get this set up, but actually having the seed with the RA is kind of important.
Yeah, so unfortunately, with there's 2 different patchers that we use for Randomania, old and new. With the old patcher, it's the vanilla way. You go in, you scan Trooper Security Station's little scan podium. You can go right through compound. With new patcher, we don't have that. We removed it, and it's all in post layer. So that requires power bombs or what is it?
Face jump screw attack.
Yeah, just to break down the gate. Unfortunately, we are in the wrong patcher.
Yeah. Our default patcher is the old one. The runners agreed to have the new one, but little misclick ended up having the old patcher for this seed, so.
So please bear with us for just a few minutes. We're going to go on and get a regen, as Bruss stated earlier. So until then, we're just going to hang out here. We're going to watch these beautiful pause menus. And I guess this has now turned into a Q&A for us in the booth, bro.
Yep.
So I guess any of you in chat, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or inquiries that you'd like to ask, this is a perfect opportunity to do so, since we have some downtime.
I wonder if we're going to get a spicier start with this next seed.
Well, with Jay generating it, I would believe so.
Yeah, we've got one of our best seed generators on this one.
Yeah, best in quotations.
Yeah. He has generated some pretty crazy seeds so far this tournament. And this one will probably follow suit.
I know.
Let's just
great. Jay's a great guy. I love what he pulls out.
Yeah, it was my partner in the CGC last year. Great guy. Generates some crazy seeds though. Hopefully we get like a Sank start or something spicy this time. I think we all want to see that.
I know it takes a lot of items and it's usually rare, but I'm always a fan of lower Torvis.
Oh yeah, a lower Torvis start would be awesome. Really, just starting anywhere that's not like Temple Grounds or Aegon would be really cool.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Aegon, you have so much open with such little equipment needed. It's like, you have so many options. not too terrible of a challenge, but you still get some confusion.
If we start in the Aegon Labs, it can sometimes give us some interesting seeds, but those seeds tend to be like pretty linear at the beginning, though it can make it interesting later on. My seed of this week had a Aegon Labs start, and it was an interesting one. But again, they all give you fairly linear early game because, you know, there's only so many checks you can do in labs, and we need to find either supers and a suit or spider ball to leave. What happened, KRR? The runners RA'd to have new patcher, and then the tournament organizers did not put new patcher on the seed, so they're regenning with new patcher. Anyway, something interesting about this matchup between Reggie and Aero is that this is actually a rematch from the Prime tournament last year. Reggie and Aero both went up against each other in round 2, funny enough, which was basically the same settings, but for Prime. And that one was pretty crazy. Now, Reggie is notoriously more of a Prime player, but Aero actually ended up taking that one. Reggie is not a huge Echoes fan, from what I know. Aero has played his fair share of Echoes, so we'll see. Either Reggie will take his revenge, or Aero will just have like complete dominance after this one. But I think we're gonna have a close one, a good match for sure. Commentary curses to set in motion. Sank start. I want to see a Sank start. Okay, it looks like we are about to have this new seed all loaded up, and then we're gonna probably get going again.
Yeah, we're about to get the countdown. Jay's got all the setup done. It's already been swapped over, so it's go time. Let's see what we have today.
Oh, Jay has cursed the seed in the race time room. He said Vanilla Echo for Mining Plaza SDK.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Yes,
I would like that.
Yes, this is a J seed, KRR.
Okay, well, the runners in the race time room have been kicked off, so they're going, but it's gonna be a little sec before the stream delay catches up. Oh, Reggie said upgraded starting item in the race time room, so I would assume we're gonna be starting with main power bombs this time.
Let's just start with nothing. How about that?
Nothing. That would be crazy.
You got no support. Good luck.
Yeah. Come on, Sank, start. Alright, yeah, you can see our runners are counting down now.
There it goes. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Yep, main power bomb.
Yeah, nice. They counted. They called it.
Okay, another Temple Ground start. Well, Randomizer is just going to be lame today, I guess. A translator. Oh my god. Oh wait, actually, this is not a lame start. Whoa.
That's pretty spicy.
We're starting at GFMC, so we're just going to get this item immediately. Cobalt translator.
Oh, that's going to be huge. And Arrow's having trouble with the loading. Just sitting there looking at the door.
Something important to note. Okay, this is also a Cobalt gate. Okay, Arrow's gonna check that that item in main or Grand Wind Chamber.
Yeah, I can't tell what's up there.
Yeah, it was hard to see. Reggie's going to take a look at this map station, so we'll see all our Temple Grounds elevators. I think it was just beam ammo in Wind Chamber, though. Violet, so we have access to that elevator. Emerald, which we don't have access to. Spider Side, which we could maybe get to. Aegon Portal, we can maybe get to. How's Torvus Temple access? Torvus entrance. I think we probably just want to immediately go to the right to this Violet elevator. Yeah, we can read blue now that we have Cobalt. Cobalt is kind of not the translator you want to see early, because one thing our translators allow us to do, in addition to just opening those gates, is they allow us to scan our hints. And Cobalt hints are in Sank, and usually we don't see Sank very early. So we like to see, like, a lot of, like, maybe Violet or Amber early on, because those will give us hints in Temple Grounds and Aegon, which are usually where we're at. But Cobalt, we're basically not getting any early game hints with, which isn't very helpful. But it does allow us to open up gates. And there is Violet Translator. And there's a Violet Gate, so we ain't going that way. That Violet Translator is locked by Morph Ball bombs. So once we get bombs, Reggie will know to come back here. Arrow took a different route, and instead of going straight to Great Temple, is actually going and exploring more of Temple Grounds, which it looks like is probably going to benefit him, because he's most likely going to find Morph Ball bombs first, and I think he's just going to get funneled into this Great Temple elevator.
Well, it's going to help Arrow, especially with that knowledge. But now that Reggie has information on A, where Violet is, and B, access to Great Temple, that's 2 additional elevators. We have 1 hint, at least 2 more item checks. That could play out well for a detour to maybe Far Aegon.
It could. Oh, no power bomb drop.
Oh, darn.
That looks like our Spider Ball is in Temple Assembly Site. Arrow kind of got denied by the Echo's drop system there, and did not get... Okay, there's our Amber. That is more...
What is going on here?
That is a better translator to see early on. So, I don't think we saw our missile launcher, so this storage cavern is out of logic. It gets us a vanilla E-tank. Reggie picking up that Amber has kind of already caught up, just due to Arrow not getting the power bomb drops that he needs.
Now, on the bright side, Aegon portal access is open, but we need Seekers even to progress through it.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, Arrow's going for task jump. Now, this could be beneficial with that Spider Ball.
Spider Ball is good. It doesn't really have any uses early on, so it might just be better if we don't get this really fast. We might just want to wait and come back later, because we're not going to need it right away.
No, not with our elevators, at least. We have Transport Violet, which doesn't need it. Transport Emeralds, which is locked. No, Emerald's open, but we still can't use it. And then, well, Sank Spider Side is open, depending on what that Transport to Aegon has.
Yeah, I was just thinking that maybe our bombs are in, like, Hive Chamber B or something. Bombs would allow us to get this Spider Ball in logic, and then Spider Ball might let us do some things in Sanctuary Spider Side.
Yeah, it's either Sank Spider or see if Transport Emerald is open. And if that's open, that might have some early knowledge.
Yeah, bombs also would give us that Violet and access into Great Temple. So we could get a couple more checks in Great Temple once we get bombs. But already having knowledge over 3 translators is pretty huge. Because, like, these translators can be, like, missing key items, like, really late on. And if we see them all early, it can make the seed a lot less painful. Looks like an amber gate.
And the bright side is we got amber, thankfully.
Yeah. So that does give us access to spider side. Reggie looks like he did not go for that spider ball right away, which might work out for him or it might not. One of the gates here is violet. Arrow opting to check Hive Chamber B before going straight for that elevator, which I think makes a lot of sense. If this is bombs, that could be big for him. I think bombs are probably either here or in the elevator. So Arrow's just playing it a little bit safe and going with this check. Oh, it's just a missile. Okay, I bet Reggie is going to find something important here, almost certainly.
Yeah, there's those bombs. Yeah, it had to be. There was nothing else for it to really be. But I bet Reggie's going to take that knowledge of Violet and Great Temple and just make a beeline for it.
He might. We might get to see some really early route divergence here because Arrow is going to find these bombs and he's just going to sank straight off. He's going to go straight there, and I believe Hall of Combat Mastery is in logic. Culling Chamber should be in logic, though Hazing Cliff is not currently.
Yeah, Spider Ball, bombs, power bombs. Yeah, yes, it is in logic. Except for Hazing Cliff, because we don't have Light Beam.
Yeah. With Hazing Cliff, yeah, we need Light Beam. We need Light Beam and then either another E-Tank or a progressive suit in order to get. Plus, the E-Tank Arrow has is actually still out of logic due to us not knowing where our missile launcher is. But Arrow will be the first one dipping into Sank while Reggie goes back to Hive Chamber B for what is unfortunately not anything important. Though it does give him his first missiles, which will allow him to get that E-Tank, which could be helpful.
Yep, and we're coming up right to Hall of Combat Mastery.
Yeah, we can see what we got here. That looks like Light Beam. Arrow is going to want that.
Oh, absolutely.
And that means,
downside.
Yeah. Since we don't have Space Jump, we're going to get a vanilla Hall of Combat Mastery, folks. And the rough thing about this is these quads are here, and they can actually poke us through the walls while we're trying to do this puzzle. So if Arrow doesn't do this like quickly, he might die to the quads, and this could be very bad for him if he does.
Yeah, it's only happened once, but I remember a few weeks ago. And then Claude clipped its leg through the tunnel. It was sitting there blocking there as the leg has collision.
Yeah,
so I couldn't do anything with it. I hated that.
As long as Arrow is able to pull this off quickly, he should be fine. But he does have that E-Tank for just a little bit of extra insurance against these quads. So he does have, like, he's fine getting poked, but this is the real danger zone, is this last room right here. If he's not quick through here, he might die to the quads. Okay, he's through. Alright, and we're going to get our Light Beam. And I think this definitely gives Arrow an early game lead, as Reggie is going to be making his way back to Great Temple. And there could definitely be something important in Great Temple, but Light Beam is a pretty big item. We're also going to get our first hint of the seed with this Cobalt hint. Okay, yep. So Reggie is about to find that Space Jump. But Arrow knows about it, so I bet and Arrow knows that Emerald elevator is unlocked. So he's going there next. Like, he's not even going to do the Dark World here, which I respect. Or maybe he's just getting drops, but yeah, he's just getting drops. But
yeah, especially with Space Jump being so broken in this game, it's having the knowledge that we possibly can get it immediately is hopefully steers Arrow right back to Great Temple.
Arrow doesn't know that Violet is here, but with that info, and he knows the elevator to Great Temple is there, he knows he already has 2 translators. I bet you after this, he's going to Great Temple. So he'll be behind Reggie going this direction, but he is going to have Light Beam, and that Light Beam might be huge, because that allows him to check the Amber elevator, And if that leads somewhere important, like say Aeon entrance, AeroRaiser is going to be like square in the lead early on. Screw attack is in cold chamber. Wow. So this item is grabbable with only one E-tank, but it is a little bit tight. Oh, no drops is really not what he needs. He might have to just wait in the safe zone for a while here. But that screw attack is really important. Ooh, he gets a red drop. Okay. He should have enough energy to go for this now. We need just like a little bit more than like we need like 120 in order to be able to get this item.
I was going for Hazencliff first though.
Yeah.
Hazencliff's a bit risky one, especially with the Dark Metroid.
Oh, but that's gonna reward him.
That's all for
Emerald Translator.
All this is still, translators early.
This is good for Arrow. He needs to not die. It's the first step. Okay, he's good. Yeah, he has all 4 of his translators. Reggie also just picked up Violet and has made his way to Great Temple. But this is really good for Arrow. That, like, every single item here in Spider's Treasure is a major, and it's just so good for him to get these 3 majors. But he's going to have to wait for a long time here in this safe zone because without boost, we need a lot of health in order to get this. We want to have like probably 150 at least. So we might, and we regain 1 health per second, right? So, I mean, even just that purple drop saves us 10 seconds of waiting. Dark Torvis keys in Sank and Torvis. Reggie gets his space jump. And what color is that gate? It actually doesn't matter really because Arrow should have enough health to go for this now. We'll see if he probably doesn't want to play this really risky. And he might just wait here for a long time because if he dies, all his progress is reset because he hasn't saved yet. Reggie is going to get another Powerbomb expansion and probably check this elevator shortly. But we already know where this elevator goes. It goes to Torvis Quadrant. We saw when Reggie checked elevators earlier, so this doesn't take him anywhere where he can actually do something right now, though he might just check Torvis Gate. Yeah, he's not doing anything there. So I think Reggie has no choice now but to go to Sank. And just then, AeroRaiser gets 2 full HP and is going to go for this. He should be able to get this no problem. He'll be fine.
Absolutely. We got way more health than we need. And that begs the question. I mean, now Arrow can safely... Well, no, we can't because many gyros can't get through gyro chamber. And we need Dark Beam for upper Sank, so...
Yep, Arrow is just going to be turning around here. And he knows about that space jump on Umos, so... He's going to go for that, almost certainly. Space jump is such an important item.
And now we're going to get another Violent Tint here over here in FTA. And we're going to peek the item up top.
Let's see if we can see what it is. It's a little hard in the comm booth. I don't think... Did Reggie see what that was?
I don't know. If he did, I saw nothing.
Let me see if I... Did he I think he forgot to scan the hint in FTA.
He did.
Yeah, I don't think he scanned it. He must have just forgot he had Violet. Yeah, I mean, if he did, he saw the tiniest sliver of that item. It might have been a red key, honestly, but that is so hard to tell what that was. Reggie with Space Jump in tow is gonna go look at Grand Wind Chamber, which... What is that? Arrow peeked this earlier, but it wasn't very obvious what it is. Okay, Reggie is going to do some scan dashes now to get across Grand Wind Chamber without Screw Attack. We can do essentially the same trick we would do in Prime, although it is quite nerfed in Echoes. But we can use that to cross the smaller gaps, and Dark Beam as a reward is pretty big. This could, if Aero doesn't get that, this could be big for Reggie.
I'm pretty sure Arrow's going to get it. I mean, we have Screw Attack, we know where Space Jump is.
Yeah.
We know Great Temple's our only access point right now with our equipment, so it's got to be some following logic.
Yeah, I think that Screw Attack is going to be a red herring for Arrow, saying, hey, go to Windchamber Gateway. One thing that's important to note, Reggie is doing a scan dash, so these are a little tight scan dashes. They're not exactly easy ones. In Echoes, although our scan dashes are like severely nerfed compared to Prime, we do have something called an extended dash, which is almost as good as a Prime scan dash, and it allows us to cross massive gaps without worrying. The thing is, I think Reggie is like, he's turning, and when he turns, he's losing a lot of his momentum, and you can see Arrow right now is just heading straight to Great Temple. He's going to get that space jump, and that's going to be really big for him. Reggie needs to not die doing this. He only has like 30 HP left.
He's only got 2 more attempts, and that's it. He's got either take a reset or risk it all on a death. I mean,
he might be going for an extended dash now. Yeah, I like that more. There we go. Okay. Oh wait, did he get the terminal fall? He didn't. No. Okay. He can afford to fall 2 more times before he dies. But he's going for an extended dash now. If he can get a good extended dash, this is free. That was slow. Oh no.
Oh, he's got 2 more attempts, and that's it.
Yeah. He can fall 1 more time. Okay, now if he falls, he's dead.
And I don't believe he's.
Oh my god. Oh, that's not good. Okay, he did save in Great Temple though. He saved in Great Temple recently. So he doesn't lose that much progress since he did save here. But that does mean he's going to have to go get that Dark Beam again. Or we'll see if he even goes for it again. Looks like he is. Meanwhile, Arrow, entering Great Temple now, is going to find Space Jump shortly. But Arrow is also going to be able to check an extra elevator here compared to Reggie due to having that Light Beam. Which Reggie did not when he came here.
Oh, that's just painful. He was landed right on the platform that he needed and just walked right off.
Yeah, that hurts.
Well, the good thing is our starting location was here in Windchamber Gateway.
Yeah, so he can just warp to start from his last save and then just go for this again.
It just goes to show off how difficult these dashes and E-dashes are.
Yeah. Extended dash is more consistent if you like get good at it, but they are a lot harder to pull off than just the regular scan dash. Especially for someone like Reggie who is used to playing a lot of Prime and does like the Prime scan dashes more. It can be weird to do E-dashes. But yeah, an extended dash in Echoes is where you do a dash into the ground, and then you do like a little bunny hop out of that dash, and that's going to allow you to get a lot of extra speed. Oh, there he goes. He gets the first one. That's the first one. This dash back is a lot easier. And there we go.
We're done.
Hopefully he doesn't tilt from that. Arrow has gotten his space jump. And got the Torvis keys information. Torvis and Sank. Reggie's now going to make his way probably towards Sank. He's going to get a lot of items there. Light Beam, Screw Attack, and Emerald Translator were all there. And since Aero already went there, Aero now has all 4 translators, and that is extremely powerful.
Oh, Reggie's debating because there's a lot he can do in Torvis thanks to Dark Beam.
Dark Beam. If he's following logic, he should know that Dark Beam is out of logic without Screw Attack, but he is going to go here. He's fine if this is nothing. This elevator logically soft locks us, because this is one of the one-way elevators I was talking about. We need Dark Visor and Seekers in order to get through this elevator backwards. And so if Reggie wants to return to Temple Grounds, he would need to have Dark Visor Seekers, which he does not currently have. Thankfully, we can just do a warp to start. Ooh, Aegon entrance right here. Oh, that could be really bad for Aero. So Aero is heading to Aegon, which is good because it's a new area, but it's bad because he does not have that Dark Beam in Windchamber Gateway. He might be kicking himself when he finds it later on, because he'll know he could have gotten it right now.
Oh, that's going to hurt. Not having Dark Beam and Aegon's is going to be really costly. I'd say Dark Aegon especially, just due to how isolated some of these checks can be. What was that, a key?
That was an SDK.
Oh, the Bash Prime special.
Yep. I would expect nothing less from Jay. So we got an SDK in Mining Plaza, and that means that a Morbus is required.
Thanks, Jay. That's not
Thanks,
nice.
Jay. Aero is getting the map station here in Aegon. We're going to find out where these go. Sank entrance to Aegon Temple access and Aegon Quadrant. Okay, so we already knew that one. Aegon Quadrant is just our Temple Assembly side elevator. That was, I believe, an Emerald Gate. Gravity boost and Great Bridge for Reggie. There's not a lot Reggie can do here in Torvis logically, I think, but nice thanks game hint. Yeah, all that's left is Vanilla Echo. Jay predicted the Mining Plaza when he genned the seed. So now we just need to see Vanilla Echo, and Jay's curse will be complete.
I mean, we've already got Mining Plaza, so it's the likelihood of it happening.
The likelihood of it happening is shot through the roof, yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, yeah, Otter pointing out, you get to see the funny, the funny hint of Hive Cache 3 being our Screw Attack hint. Hive Cache 3 is... Oh.
Exactly 3 rooms away.
Oh, boy. Okay, so if Aero is following logic now... Aero knows they don't have missile launcher, right? Ooh, a progressive suit.
Oh,
that's very helpful. But Aero should be, if Aero's following logic, Aero knows they don't have missile launcher yet. So Aero is probably not gonna do missile locked checks here in Aegon, which means Aero's gonna go straight back to early Dark Aegon, since we don't need missiles to go there. Aero is not going to find missile launcher there. Aero's going to be like, okay, missile launcher must be in Temple Grounds then, which, since we know where Dark Beam is in Windchamber Gateway. It is 3 rooms away from Dark Beam, exactly 3 rooms. And that Dark Beam was in Windchamber Gateway, which means our missile launcher has to be on the GFMC ship. Aero's going to find that missile launcher, be like, okay, Dark Beam is 3 rooms away, and then he's going to find that Dark Beam. If that happens, if everything that I just said happens, Aero is going to have a big early game lead here. Hive keys hint, not very useful. So as you're seeing Aero do, we can just a little screw attack that last block, and the game only checks if you've hit the last block to activate this whole portal puzzle. So we can just skip activating the first or second one by screw attacking into the third one. Meanwhile, Reggie has finished doing things in Torvis. Reggie found the gravity boost from there, and also found, I think, 2 or 3 more E-Tanks. I think it was just 2 more E-Tanks. Those E-Tanks are going to make his life really easy when he's going through Ing Hive here in a second. But now he is definitely making his way towards Sank. We're going to see an Ing Reliquary hint.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Well, we know it's not. We know it's not. It's not Ing Hive.
No,
So.
yeah, that key is required no matter what. Because here's the thing.
It's either an Ing.
Yeah, we know where our Torvis keys and Ing Hive keys are. Neither of them said Sky Temple Grounds, right?
Nope. They did not.
Which means that is either an SDK or an Aegon key. Since a mining plaza is an SDK, we need our Aegon keys, and we always need our SDKs. So that is a guaranteed required Ing Reliquary.
Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. Oh, that's disgusting.
So that will mean we need we're going to need potentially Light Suit. We can skip Light Suit for that if we get like either like 10 E-Tanks or Cannonball. Or we can just get, oh my gosh, and a Morbus itself as a Sky Temple.
Both have a K. I'm writing that down.
2 SDKs on a Morbus.
Where did my STKs go? There it is.
So that's fun. Man. Yeah, give us Vanilla Airy.
If only. Now
Reggie's
got
gonna
the
get, yeah. Reggie gets that thanks game hint, and since Reggie comes here with Space Jump, it's going to be a lot easier for Reggie to get that light beam. Doesn't have to do that whole puzzle.
Well, so this begs the question. Now that we have light beam in hand, does Reggie follow the logic of the screw attack here that he's going to find in Culling Chamber and continue through Sank? Or is he going to play that into continuing his loot through Torvis? As we still don't have supers through Torvis, which could be a problem.
That's a good question. He might also go to Annihilator.
All right, then. That's all Beams found.
But man, yeah, I mean, Reggie might just go through Sank. It's a very real possibility here, since, you know, we have Spider Ball, we have Screw Attack, we have both our beams, and that Cobalt Translator means we'll get hints if we go this way, so it makes this really appealing. But Reggie is not going to find that Dark Suit, and that could hurt him.
Well, that's fair, but since we're going through Sank, there's a lot of checks left, and we know we most likely need Light Suit. So
yeah.
What else are we really hoping for? Well, if we find some Dark Aegon keys, that'll be great for later.
Reggie finding his last translator. Man, like, having all 4 of those translators, I think going through Sank will be not bad for Reggie here. Because even if Cobalt hints don't really tell him anything, which I think they probably are going to tell him at least something important, but even if they tell him nothing, he might get an Aegon keys hint. He also might get, like, just general info. But even if he gets none of that, he's going to know that it's not on a Cobalt hint, right? So he can start chasing, like, Violet hints or Amber hints or Emerald hints later on. But it does look like we're going to be dipping further into Sank. So we have got a lot of route divergence already 30 minutes in.
And so with that being said, we might as well have that 30-minute recap. So Reggie decided to stay more towards the temple grounds to play and continue through Torvis, which unfortunately Torvis was only good for that gravity boost. But now that we have all translators and moving through Sank a lot earlier than Arrow did, it could be interesting to see what happens.
I think if Arrow finds that dark beam, it's going to be really good for him. It's really key. Where does Arrow go now? Because Arrow knows he has nothing logically left in Aegon, but where is he going to go?
I mean, Annihilator helps for Dark World, which is great, but with early Dark Aegon, there's nowhere to really use it.
Yeah, I mean, Arrow looks like he's going deeper into Aegon. Well, he needs to not stay here for long. Ooh, what's this Cobalt Hint going to tell us? Ooh, a light. Ooh, okay. So Reggie doesn't know about the suit in Sand Cache, but there is our second suit is in Underground Tunnel.
Thank you, Captain MD, for your words of insight. Really appreciate that Underground Tunnel logic.
Chat pointing out that beam-related upgrade in Hive Dynamo works. And that could be our super missiles.
Yeah, it could. Supers are classified as a beam upgrade. And Arrow showing that Bomb Guardian plus Power Bombs equals absolutely incineration.
Yeah. Arrow's route might get kind of sketchy here soon, though. It's just because... Look, if he is following logic, he'll know what he's doing is out of logic due to not having missile launcher. And, like, he should know that he needs to go back to Temple Grounds for missile launcher. Ooh, that's either our boost ball or cannonball. Oh,
that's huge.
That is a huge hint for him. And the boost ball.
So that does one of two things for Arrow then. Number one, the Dark Beam, which is great because Dark Beam is one of the most used beams for every single area. And number two, with that previous hint of missile launcher being 3 rooms away, that immediately sets Arrow up for, okay, I know where the missile logic is, I know where the Dark Beam is. We can route that in right away.
Yeah, Arrow got really bailed out by that hint. Also, KRR pointing out that now that we have boosts, we can do Airy. Almost. Logically, Airy also needs Dark Visor, but we can do it without it.
Yeah, but if it's vanilla, that's great. But if not, we still need that Echo Visor to get out.
Yep. So I think Arrow is just going to try and rush to a save station. Because he knows that Dark Beam's in Windchamber Gateway, he can just save warp and he'll be like right there. Ooh, a red key. If this has to be an Aegon key, no? No, okay. Our Inghive key said Aegon, Dark Aegon, right? So
correct. It was they're in both. I'm gonna find the information that this goes to. I wrote it down.
I forgot where this elevator went. We already saw it.
Hold on,
SDK on our leader. Oh, Reggie missed the scan. He's gonna have to check his
Sank entrance.
Oh, Sank entrance. He's gonna check Sank entrance. Yeah, this makes sense too. And he will get a Cobalt hint here, and this could be massive. This is kind of the worst hint, and the one we have to go out of the way for the most. Let's see what the O'Lear hint said.
Here are the words of O'Lear.
Annihilator, okay. Arrow already found that Annihilator, but now Reggie knows about it, which can help him out. If Reggie routes this right, he might be able to get a one-trip Dark Aegon.
Well, that's fair, but we're still missing super missiles, though, and that's going to block off Warrior's Walk. So,
yeah,
if Warrior's Walk has anything important, then
the one-trip Dark Aegon could be huge, because we know Arrow has to go back for a Morbus later, and Arrow knows that too. But if Reggie routes it right, he might be able to just in one trip, go pick up Annihilator, fight a Morbus, grab the energy, and he'll never have to go back. and that could save him a lot of time. Aero taking care of the pirates and sank entrance with power bombs. Probably the best way to do this.
Yep, either that or play pirate bowling, as we saw yesterday.
Oh, is that Echo? Don't tell me that's
Please.
Echo. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's Echo.
Dang it. The dream is dead.
No vanilla Airy. I'm sorry.
R.I.P.
Well, we are going to get this cobalt hint off a watch station.
Okay, Chica's dead. That's a good hint.
Yeah. Okay, but we still don't have quad or Tumos information.
True. Reggie gets one more cobalt hint. If that's an Aegon Keys hint, it's really big. But the biggest item that both are... Well, Arrow still needs Dark Beam. But the biggest item that we're missing right now between the two is Super Missiles. Those are really important, as we need him to beat the game, and we need him to do just about anything in Torvis, so... yeah, it could be...
Could be quad having supers.
Oh, an SDK in Sank Entrance. Okay, so Arrow gets rewarded for coming here. He will get this SDK out of the way. He'll also get this hint, which might be big if it's something important. In before joke hint. Oh, that's huge!
Aegon, Dark Aegon,
so
and Inghive.
Okay, Aegon, Dark, Torvis, Inghive. Those are some spread out Aegon keys. Holy. But that is so big for Arrow. Because who knows how long before Reggie goes here. And that Aegon key info is so crucial. So we also know it is guaranteed to be an SDK and Ing Reliquary now. Reggie does have the light suit information though, but he doesn't have information about dark suit, so. But man, that Aegon key hint is huge for Arrow. Oh, that must be an Aegon key, right? Yep.
There's, so it's ATS, that's a freebie.
Okay. So I imagine Reggie is going to probably keep clearing Sank. He's almost done with Sank at this point. But now I think Arrow is just going to save warp and get Dark Beam. And then he could go a lot of different places from there.
If I was Arrow, I'd probably... Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, you have Spider Ball, Power Bombs, Boost Ball. So
yeah, he might go to Sank.
That's what I'm thinking. Do some Sank cleanup. You already found the major information of entrance. And we know he doesn't know it, but Reggie has the Echo off of Watch Station access, which is great.
Yeah, that Echo could be very, very good for Reggie.
Yeah, I really don't want to dip deeper into Aegon without having knowledge on Echo, just based on the late game cleanup portion.
Yeah. I think... Ooh, don't soft lock. Okay, he's just getting drops. He's not going to be able to charge them in if he doesn't transition the room. Alright, we're good. Thanks to Echoes, we can just screw attack into that crystal and it works.
Because Echoes.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what's in Cat West. Reggie is going to get the last Cobalt hint here in a second.
And Arrow just vaporized Dark Samus with the Power Bomb.
And, okay, a really important item can be found at Transmission Ends.
I tried putting Transmission Ends into my GPS, and all it came up with was the Valhalla.
Yep, looks like Arrow is just making his way straight towards this save station here, and we're going to go get Dark Beam. But yeah, I would suspect Arrow is going to go to Sank after this, and that's going to be good for him. Well, will it be good for him? Where it really just depends where super missiles are.
Oh, that we could do. Well, Dark Beam has just opened so many doors, though. You really want to get that as soon as possible. But then again, you're already here in Aegon Labs. There's a handful coming up.
So Arrow is not instantly save warping. Reggie finds a Torvis key. He should know Chica's dead, so he doesn't need to pick that up.
We can't check Dark Oasis, which has a missile related.
Tank Vault side is vanilla going to lower Torvis. That looks like an E-Tank. And a missile. I would be surprised if Aero did anything that wasn't save warping right now. But I suspect Aero is going to Sank after getting that Dark Beam. Reggie is going to get the map station here in Sank, and it's going to tell him that Sank... So he's already found 2 of the Sank elevators. But it will tell him that Sank entrance goes to Aegon Temple access. He doesn't know it, but Reggie really needs to go there.
If the map would comply with him.
Yeah. These 2 layered maps kind of suck.
I mean, it's great for visual. It helps you to find that there is 2 different layers for elevators,
But when you're trying to move around between the rooms...
Yeah, that's where the hard part comes in.
Yeah. Okay, Aero did exactly what I expected. Save warped. And is now going to get Dark Beam. But again, there's so many different ways Aero could go after finding this Dark Beam. Aero could go to Torvis. Aero could go to Sank. Or Aero could go back to Aegon and do more there. Though I think he's probably not going to Aegon, since he already got 4 out of the 5 Aegon hints. And he also did a good amount of the checks there. He did the majority of the checks. And unless super missiles are there, he's probably fine with skipping it for now. But super missiles could be there, and I think at this point it's hard to know who's in the lead. It depends on how it plays out, but I think definitely whoever finds super missiles is going to be in the lead. Whoever finds it first.
But yeah, I gotta agree with you. I can't think of anything else that would really throw for a loop. I mean, there's a missile launcher finally. Following off of that super missile trail, it's granted it locks Warriors walking storage scene Aegon. Great, it's only 2 checks, but those 2 checks have been notorious all tournament. But other than that, lower Torvis, yeah, congratulations. You're not doing much without supers in Torvis to begin with. So do you hope that supers are in? Never mind.
Oh!
I'm not saying much on that.
Oh my god, Reggie got so punished for not scanning that hint.
That's going to be a big hot dog.
That is a huge hot dog for Reggie. He forgot to scan that hint. Man, where are those super missiles even? Where even are they?
Hall of Honor dead, probably.
We didn't really get a good look.
Hive Chamber A?
Hive Chamber A? Yeah.
It could be behind DMT, depending on... We have 4 translators. We could easily go right through the Hive Chamber loop again. And with Aero defeating Bomb Guardian, that's an easy check for him right away.
Gosh, it is so gross if it's Hall of Honor dead.
Oh, because we need Seekers or an instant morph.
Okay, so I think it's either Hall of Honor dead, Hive Chamber A, or FTA. We didn't really see...
oh, that's fair. Yeah, FTA.
We didn't really see what was in FTA.
And we know where both suits are from... well, both... The runners only know about one, but we know both.
Yeah, between the 2 runners, we've seen both suits.
Underground Tunnel and... I wrote it down here. Sand Cache. Yeah.
Both runners doing a simultaneous check of Pod W. Both in the portal at the same time. Look, Reggie did peek FTA, so if it was actually there, he'll know. We on the restream didn't really get a good look at it, though, so... Yeah, Aero trying to get a closer look. It's really hard to tell what this item is from far away. Reggie is going this way. He might head into Torvis going for that suit. But he also might go and check that Amber elevator, which would lead him to Aegon. But the info that supers are in Temple Grounds are so massive. Looks like Reggie is going to... Oh? No? Where's Reggie going?
Going back towards Great Temple.
Is he going to scan this hint?
I hope he does.
I think he's got to scan this hint, right?
Unless he's playing off the light beam for Great Temple.
Okay,
hey, there we go.
Good,
okay.
Good. Thank you, Reggie. He's going to be upset when he sees that. Okay, yeah, turning right back around. We want to find those supers. Honestly, if these supers are in Hive Chamber A, Aero is going to be really far ahead because Reggie has not killed Bomb Guardian yet, so he will not be able to do Dark Missile Trooper.
Well, we have power bombs, so we can just one-shot this little mini boss, and we come to the realization that yes, they are.
Oh no, that is so not good for Reggie. Okay, Aero can check Sky Temple key hints now. In fact, well, we know we need Dark Visor, so Aero is not go mode, but he might be pretty close. He doesn't have the knowledge of Echo Visor either.
Nope.
Reggie's taking a detour to Phazon Grounds here on his way into Torvis.
And that poor Metroid just got screw attacked for nothing.
And that's an energy transfer module. Yep, Dark Super Missile Trooper.
Well, I mean, they called it Dark Missile Trooper. It's, yeah, missiles are in the names. At least now he's finally living up to all the hype.
Yeah, Arrow, I mean, he's got to just go get Sky Temple key hints now.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah, he's getting Sky Temple key hints for sure. And then, well, actually, no, he doesn't have Seekers. So he might not.
It depends on how familiar Arrow is with Seekerless doors.
Yeah, I kind of forget that a lot with no out of bounds. It's not so easy to skip Seekers for hints. So if Arrow knows the Shrine access Seekerless, he'll definitely get hints right now. But if he doesn't, he'll wait longer for him. But he is heading in that direction. Could be Vanilla Seekers, yeah. But Arrow also just, even if he doesn't check Sky Temple hints, he gets 2 Violet hints right now that Reggie hasn't gotten yet. And he'll also open up Path of Eyes, which could be big.
And Reggie's going off to Torvis following the Emerald hint logic.
2 most dead.
Well, we know we can't get to lower Torvis, period, just based on the lack of supers. But, I mean, there's... Well, we could go to Underground Tunnel. So that...
Ooh!
Great Bridge, okay.
That has to be either Oh, wait, no. Reggie already got that. That's Grav, never mind. But that's good info for Arrow. That is definitely going to push him towards Torvis now. Which means he will get Light Suit.
And in turn, just follow your super logic, go straight to lower, and grab all that information with Emerald Translator.
What is here? That looks like a missile. Arrow gonna do an instant morph into this tunnel to get back.
Yep. As unfortunately, no out of bounds means we can't do the regular method of just screw attacking into said opening.
He might not be doing the setup. Oh, just a reset. Oh. Okay, he saved at the ship. He's fine. That instant morph is relatively easy as long as you know the setup, but it didn't look like he was doing the setup, so I don't think he knows. Okay. Reggie, meanwhile, making his way through Dark Torvis here. If Reggie knows... Because Reggie doesn't have access to that suit, but unless he knows the Forgotten Bridge BSJ, If Reggie does that,
as long as this thing doesn't punish him too terribly, we can grab that save station.
yeah. Man, like, Aero has this lead, and this all stems back from the very beginning from one thing, and that was that Aero checked Hive Chamber B before going to the Aegon elevator, or to the Spider Side elevator. Because of that, he just went straight into Spider Side. Because of that, he found Light Beam. Because of that Light Beam, he went straight to Aegon. And because of that Aegon, he got supers. And this is going to be hard for Reggie to catch up. And especially with Aero getting that Aegon key info, this is going to be so huge for him. Oh, and okay, that's not a great hint, but that tells him that Echo is at least in sync, and that's going to be good for him. Hive Chamber B was just completely dead, but
As just an expansion. Well, these hints are coming in major clutch today with all of our translators being so early.
yeah. Yeah, it looks like Arrow's just going straight to Torvis. Makes a ton of sense. If he knows a major is in Great Bridge, he's going there.
Especially knowing that he has the information for Echo. So based on majors alone and what we're missing, Arrow knows it's either A, Dark Visor, B, Seekers, or C, Gravity Boost. All three of which would be excellent to have and help us out.
We know it's Graph because Reggie's already been there. There was nothing in Torvis Lagoon, which does maybe make me think that maybe Alpha Blog is guarding something, or maybe Transit Tunnel East has something. Reggie is now in Aegon. He'll definitely kill Bomb Guardian while he's here, but is he gonna, like... How quickly does he go back to Hive Chamber A? Arrow is also going to check phase on grounds and find absolutely nothing.
Oh, and Reggie's not happy about that Bash Special.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst since he already knew a Morbus was required, but... Getting that fun Hive Cache 3 hint as well.
Well, I would say Reggie might just stay in Aegon for almost a full cleanup. Granted, we don't have the knowledge on the Aegon keys for Reggie, but we could accidentally stumble into them.
Yeah, there's a fair chance he might get the Aegon key sent while he's here, but he will have to do Sank Entrance in order to do that.
Well, for the hint, yeah, but we're easily going to find Annihilator during our first Dark Aegon cleanup. And in turn, with us having already with Echo, we might see an early Amorbus play.
Yeah, I mean, Reggie will probably find one more Aegon key here, but the fact that the other one is in Dark Torvis, and that Reggie didn't find it when he was in Dark Torvis, means it's probably in Dark Lower Torvis, and he is not getting there quickly from here.
Alright, so either I wrote it down incorrectly, as my notes say Aegon keys are in Aegon and Dark Aegon.
Oh, it said Aegon Dark Torvis.
Okay, then I definitely wrote him down wrong. Okay. I apologize.
I'll check the VOD just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it said Dark Torvis.
I believe your eyesight more than mine. I'm partially a little bit blind. No, but whatever's here on Torvis Lagoon, Arrow really wants it, so we're going for air underwater.
Yeah, I did say Dark Torvis.
Okay, so I wrote it down wrong then. Okay, that's on my fault. That's where I was getting that early Amorbus info from. So, well, with the knowledge of Dark Torvis, and I just throws all that out the window.
This is delaying Aegon just does not work for Reggie, and he needs to go back for those super missiles. Like, the sooner he turns around, the better, I think. Unless Dark Visor is, like, in lab somewhere. Oh, nice frame perfect skip to get the black bars for Reggie. Unless Dark Visor is in labs and he gets it and Arrow doesn't, this is not going to play out well if he sticks around. Let's see. Arrow gets the map. Finds that is a vanilla elevator. And is about to get the grav boost here in Great Bridge. I think Arrow was probably hoping for Seekers or Dark Visor, but I don't think he's going to hate that. And actually, from Arrow's perspective, that could have been Light Suit as well, though. We know it's an underground tunnel because of a hint that Reggie scanned in main gyro chamber. Okay, so this is also an Aegon key here in Mineshaft. And this is kind of going to give Reggie some false hope. He might think, oh, maybe I can do a Morbus now. But the fact that key is dark lower Torvis is really bad for him.
Well, I mean, it still could be dark upper. I mean, it's either Cache that's locked behind.
Oh yeah, actually,
Seekers. Yeah.
Reggie didn't even do that much in Dark Torvis anyway, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we still have Cache B with the supers locked, Cache Seekers,
and also Dark Torvis Arena.
Yeah, the entire Boost Guardian side could have something on it.
Yeah, so there's still 4 checks in Dark Upper that could have had that key.
Well, hopefully it's upper. I mean, lower Torvis itself is just a pain to navigate.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, Reggie is about to pass by this Sank entrance elevator. If he does Sank entrance right now and gets that Morbus key info, that could be really good for him. But if he doesn't, this might just put him even further behind. He's checking the item. Sees a red key.
Gets knocked off by the little pill bug.
Oh, wait. The key in Mineshaft wasn't an Aegon key. It was a Torvis key. Or no, it was an Inghive key.
Yeah, all Inghive keys are within Aegon and Dark Aegon.
Arrow finds a Torvis key. Arrow doesn't have the info that Chica's dead. Oh my gosh! That was a charge combo hint, and it wasn't for supers. That is crazy.
So, I haven't seen that in a while.
I have not seen that in a long time.
No.
A charge combos in Dark Aegon. So I guess if we want to pick up like Dark Burst or Sonic Boom, we might find that in Aegon. Or maybe even Sunburst, but that is wild. I have not seen that in a long time. Almost like 99% of the time, if you see a hint that says a charge combo, it's almost always super missiles. But we already know where super missiles are, and they are not in Dark Aegon. Arrow did not go to Underground Tunnel yet. He probably wants to go there now, though.
Either that or Arrow might be confident enough to try to do gate skip over in Forgotten Bridge.
He could. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're heading that direction.
Nah, looks like he's going for the vanilla loop.
We're going towards Forgotten Bridge, and maybe he'll just check Forgotten Bridge and then just go to Underground Tunnel after that. If he doesn't want to do gate skip, because he shouldn't dive Dark Torvis without having opened up the gate, because that will lock him out from Dark Torvis Arena.
Oh, Reggie. Popping himself out of bounds.
That's funny that he did that.
Yeah, he was so close. He clipped, but the cutscene was like right there to save him. So does
So,
that
that's
fall?
allowed. That's fine. That's fine.
I guess technically he's not moving out of bounds. The cutscene forced him. So
Yeah, that was something that the TOs already had a discussion about. So that's fine.
okay.
Yeah, it's only clips right there because you just get repositioned instantly in bounds, anyways. Okay, so Arrow really didn't open the gate, so he is not going to be able to get Dark Torvus Arena right now. We might see a Cache B or a Cache A secretless if Arrow wants to go for that. Nope.
Let's just hope that doesn't have the key that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, or it could be poison. No, poison bog wasn't a key. We already got that information. But we do have Cache B thanks to supers. That could be something.
Yeah. Could be. Though Arrow is going to have to double dip Dark Upper most likely to check Dark Torvus Arena here in a little bit, which could hurt him. Race is good. We've got STKs on Mining Plaza and Morbus. We can't get hints without Seekers right now. I think that's what's stopping Arrow. Arrow has everything minus Seekers, and it didn't look like he was going for the Seekerless earlier, so looks like he's looking for those first.
You know, Cache B. Oh, it's just light ammo.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's got to go to Underground Tunnel now. He'll find that light suit.
Oh, absolutely. Just continue the cleanup in Torvus, you know.
We'll get light suit, and then I bet we're going to lower Torvus. We're gonna do even more there.
Yeah, especially with gravity boost in hand.
Yeah, so Arrow still has 0 Aegon keys. He will probably find at least I'm assuming he's going to find the Dark Torvus key now while he's here. And then he can get the Aegon key just next time he goes back to Aegon. I bet the fact that the lower Torvus elevator is vanilla is actually great for Arrow. Because where does he want to go after doing lower Torvus? He wants to go to Sank, and lower Torvus connects to Sank. So that is just perfect for him.
And the good thing is it's on the right side, right next to Cat West and Transit Station. So we're not stuck behind Mini Gyro Chamber of all things. Yeah, learn that the hard way, that Mini Gyro Chamber backwards has no collision.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun surprise.
I remember the first multi-world I did, I started right there. I was in BK for a long time, so
Yeah, I mean,
at least I was able to do
so.
some stuff out of bounds. But hey, it's an easy secret world, if nothing else.
Oh yeah, you just roll in and you're out. So.
Yep. Yeah, Arrow's got to be going Underground Tunnel now.
Absolutely. There's no way he'd go right for lower Torvus without doing a full clear of upper. Especially with Underground Tunnel having a him.
Yeah. Captain MD is his CGC teammate. He's gotta get this.
And it's Emerald too, look at that.
Good old vanilla.
And there's that shiny suit.
What color is his light suit? Is it just blue?
Yeah, it's just a little blue. Oh.
Ooh. Oh, hello.
That's
okay. That's exactly what Arrow's looking for, actually.
Well, we know it's in Dark Taurus now.
So that's either Dark Torvus Arena or it's just in Dark Lower.
Yeah, we got underground tunnel. Not underground. Under Transit 1. Sacrificial Chamber, Powerbomb Guardian.
Yeah, it could be any of the 6 lower Torvis checks at this point. We don't have info on Dark Visor, but Dark Visor could actually be locking Seekers if they wanted to be. We'll see if he goes for Dark Torvis Arena here. I bet he probably does.
Yeah, especially with Light Suit in hand, you're not worried about Boost Guardian all that much. And Reggie finally finding the missile launcher after all this time. Congratulations, you're now back in Logic.
No. Lower Torvis is only locked off by supers and not by seekers, so we can just come in through the front.
Yeah, we're coming right up to that little gate, Forgotten Bridge. Now it's open.
Reggie is gonna find super missiles shortly. We'll see if
sure.
Yeah, he's going that direction. He's got to find him in a second. We'll see if Reggie wants to go for the Seeker list for Shrine Access. So Reggie is behind getting these supers, but he already knows about Light Suit, and he already has that Echo Visor. He just has more of Sank cleared out than Aero does, but that is in exchange for not finding super missiles. No, there's no Seeker door between upper and lower Torvis. There is a Seeker door in lower Torvis, but we can just walk around it as long as we have Grav Boost. Easiest Seekerless door in the game, fun fact. That one right there. Extremely free.
Oh, but
Aero going for Torvis Plaza. Looks like he peeked it and just saw it was nothing.
So what about them Seekerless Seeker doors being easy now?
The one in lower Torvis in higher Dynamo Station is the easiest one in the game.
Yeah, that just feels like you need to have air underwater then, don't you?
You do, but as long as you have that, it's as simple as just shoot and then screw attack, and you don't have to be precise at all.
Oh, that's fair. All right, I'll take you up on that offer.
Yep. Yeah, the only major Aero doesn't know about is Dark Visor, and that is kind of the last thing he needs for Go Mode. Because although he needs Aegon keys, he knows about them, right? If Seekers are here, he might just find the Dark Torvis Aegon key right now. Are they here, though, is the question. Well, an SDK is here.
That makes 5. And thankfully, Boost Guardian, we do have one quick kill method. But nope, he's running away from the power bomb.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, gonna start boosting around.
Oh, darn.
Aero can still power bomb him once this boost phase stops, but you can only kill Boost Guardian with a power bomb while he's in his little cloud mode. If he's like standing up, then it'll only deal a little bit of damage, like you saw. Because Boost Guardian works somewhat similarly to Bomb Guardian, where you have sort of like damage thresholds, and once you get past that, it'll stop. And it just ignores the damage threshold when he's in a cloud mode, and there we go.
We're very thankful Boost Guardian came forward and not backwards.
Yeah. So, will Reggie take the portal to the Dark World here or not?
It all depends on how familiar Reggie is with that secretless door skip.
But no Seekers in Dark Torvus Arena, so they must be in Dark Lower Torvus. I'm gonna go ahead and predict they're in Under Temple access.
I'm gonna agree with you, but I'm gonna go one room further and put them on Under Temple itself.
Yeah.
Just because I want to see a required Power Bomb Guardian fight.
Yeah, it's always fun. Reggie almost got that instant morph. Reggie, it looks like he's almost doing the setup for it.
Well, might be a little too high, though. Oh, no, maybe too low.
Yeah, he's too low. What you want to do is you want to walk forward until you can see like the ground at the top of this slope appearing to like when you see it starting to appear, and that's when you just jump back and do a morph. So he's too low right here. There we go. Gonna be the SA wall item, and they'll see it after fighting Powerbomb Guardian.
Oh, that'd just be mean. Unless Aero decides to go to Powerbomb Guardian through Alpha Blog. Just use the little spider wall behind him and start at that little portal.
Honestly, that would make sense. I mean, he's got gravity boost. He can do that easily.
Oh, but Aero's wondering because that hint in Poison Bog being missile related. That could be Seekers.
Oh, that actually could. You're right.
Yeah, because Seekers falls under missile related.
I mean, for that, we're going to need Dark Visor anyway, so it just makes sense to come down here looking for Dark Visor.
Yeah, if you're playing off the hint knowledge, it might as well.
Plus, I mean, we know we need Dark Visor anyways.
Right, because Ing Reliquary has an SDK on it.
Yeah.
And there's no known way to go spawn those little Ing storage caches without Dark Visor.
Oh, Aero is going back up.
This is confusing.
Does he not realize he doesn't have Dark Visor?
I mean, it should show on his tracker and his person when he's walking, but...
Yeah. He might just be, like, brain farting. Because that's so... Like, he definitely thinks those are Seekers, right? But my question is he going to go to Poison Bog and then realize, oh, wait, I don't have Dark Visor?
That's a fair point to make, yeah. It looks like he's going right for it.
Yeah, this could be a big face palm for him when he realizes.
Heck, you can't spawn those storage caches without Dark Visor. It's just impossible.
No, we didn't do Dark Lower yet. It does not have to be Poison Bog. There are still 6 checks, but yeah, we haven't done any of Dark Lower Torvus yet. So it could still be down there. And Reggie is making a return trip to... Oh, I think Aero realized.
Yeah,
Aero just realized. Oh, wait, I don't have Dark Visor.
At least he saved on Hydro Dynamo Station.
Let me see if he said anything in the race time about that. No, he didn't. At least he didn't get all the way there and then realize. Because, like, I've definitely had that moment where, like, I try to do... Like, I remember very specifically a weekly race where I was trying to do Sentinel's Path for Sky Temple Key. I get all the way there, and then I'm like, wait, I don't have AeroRaiser.
Oh no. Hopefully Echo wasn't too far away from Sentinels then.
I think I just skipped it.
Wow.
I was like, no, I'm not looking for this.
That's still a major facepalm, though.
Because I'm pretty sure it was in like under temple access or something. Like you were not good. Like that would have been bad to go back for.
Yeah, it's just been taking way too much time.
So, man, Reggie is going back to Aegon now with these supers. If Dark Visor is here in labs, that might be big. But there's a good chance if it's here that it's just hinted on one of these lower Torvus Emerald hints.
Yeah, because sadly, these are the only hints we haven't gotten yet. We've already cleared out everything else.
That's true. Yeah, I think we just have these three, and then Mining Station B, and then other than that, we've seen every single hint. We still have one more joke hint to seize, though, so there's a very good chance that one of these three down here is going to be a joke hint. And one of them is probably a quad hint, too, because we haven't seen that either.
Oh, and Dark Oasis is missile-related, too, so that also could be Seekers.
Well, we know Seekers are in Dark Torvus, so...
Why can't you let me have hope? Come on.
Thankfully, Dark Oasis is dead.
This time.
We're gonna see if it actually is Poison Bog. Arrow is deciding to just be like, okay, I'm gonna do these lower Torvus checks. Because Seekers don't have to be Poison Bog, even though it's missile-related. But they might be.
Oh, here comes Power Bomb Guardian.
Let's see if you get your wish of Seekers on Power Bomb Guardian.
You never know. It's... I don't know, just personally, Power Bomb Guardian always gave me some of the biggest headaches as a child. I think because I am still terrible at this game.
PB Guardian can really bully you.
The good thing is you can somewhat manipulate his next shot, which is good, but it's still a good headache, though.
And we can boost off of these Spider Ball tracks as well. You see Arrow doing that. But especially doing this fight without Boost Ball really sucks. Oh, he barely didn't get hit by that Power Bomb. And Reggie is about to enter unexplored territory here in Labs. So from now on, any check Reggie is doing could also be Dark Visor. Okay.
Oh, there's a red key.
That's probably our Aegon key. In fact, that has to be an Aegon key.
Oh, darn it.
Nope, no Seekers on Powerbomb Guardian today.
Oh, heck, I was hopeful.
Yeah, this is going to give Reggie false hope, which is kind of sad. The other thing is we know our Aegon key has to be down here, and there it is.
Oh, that's still terrible. You have to go all the way to under temple access just to fight a Morbus.
Hey, I mean, at least it's a red key. It's just the wrong kind of red key.
That's fair.
But between the three of them, we've now seen every Aegon key, and this is some rough Aegon keys. Bioenergy, under temple access, and ATS. Like, those are pretty garbage. Okay, yeah. Arrow's gonna do Sacrificial Chamber and Under Transit 1. And if these are both dead, we can't do Dungeon right now, but we'll be able to scan the hint. We'll see if that also says missile related, which would be funny if it did.
Oh, that's rough. You have to go to all three areas just to fight a Morbus for an STK. Yeah, this game is full of backtracking.
We'll see if Seekers are down here.
Yep, first up, Grapple Guardian. Thankfully, Light Beam in hand, one of the fastest ways to defeat him. Well, if not the fastest, outside of Sunburst.
Yeah. Which, hey, maybe Sunburst is in Dark Aegon with that beam combo hint we have.
Hey, that'd be pretty good. I'm personally more of a dark burst kind of fella.
I wish the beam combos just had more uses. That would be nice.
I mean, you could use Dark Burst to activate your bomb slots.
That's true.
Granted, I don't think I've ever seen anyone try to pull it off, but hey,
You
why
should
not?
watch DCR's run of max % no bombs. You will see that a lot. Get every check in the game minus Dark Suit and Morph Ball bombs without Morph Ball bombs.
Oh, that sounds painful.
There's a lot of Dark Burst usage. Oh!
There's Dark Visor.
There's Dark Visor. Okay. Now those Seekers are guaranteed to be reachable no matter what.
Hey, Arrow, you can go back to Poison Bog now.
I think he'll just do... He definitely wants to just do these checks, right? Yeah. Make sure it's not down here. Because imagine... Okay, he's actually leaving behind Under Transit 1. Now just imagine he goes to dungeon, it's not there. He goes up to Poison Bog and it's just a missile expansion and then it's in Under Transit 1.
Oh dear, you gotta go all the way back for it.
So that means Reggie is just gonna find nothing here in Dark Aegon. Well,
Yes.
maybe he'll find some SDKs, but there are no major items here, we know, at this point.
You know, the only thing we're aware of is that a Morph Ball related upgrades here on the Battleground in the ink cache.
Well, that could be Cannonball. And that might be helpful.
Well,
But
Dungeon
he doesn't
didn't
have Dark
it.
Visor, so yeah. So gotta be Poison Bog or Under Transit 1. Oh, there's the beam combo it was hinting. With Sonic Boom.
I mean, Sonic Boom was nice, but it's just a little too showy.
Nice hint. Okay, well, so Arrow has knowledge over every major at this point. I bet he's gonna go get he's gonna get those Seekers, get Sky Temple key hints. He'll go to Sank, get the key there, go to Aegon, get the key there, do a Morbus, and just pick up his SDKs along the way. Because at this point, there's nothing that that our Sky Temple key hints could throw at us that would like make us need any other items. Because we know Chick is dead. We don't know about Quad, but we already have everything we need to do Quad, so that wouldn't be the worst. And then, I mean, we already know a Morbus and Mining Plaza are SDKs, so... Actually, I don't know if Arrow ever scanned the hint that a Morbus has an SDK. But he saw the Mining Plaza SDK, so... Oh my gosh.
So
Okay,
Quad's
well.
required too.
So Quad A is actually guarding an SDK, that's funny. Again, that's not really that bad, though, because like, we already have everything to do Quad.
If I was Arrow, based on the information currently, I would say Arrow's most likely going to do a full clear of Torvis, go for Poison Bog, and find Seekers. I mean, we already checked Dungeon, so if it's not Poison Bog, we know it's Under Transit.
Yeah. I might not even... sorry.
No, you're fine. What are you thinking?
I might not even do the full clear of Lower Torvis. I mean, he's getting hints here, right? But I would probably just leave after that. Just because we know where every major is, and those SDK hints might be important. Or if he really wants to go, like, for a crazy play, he might just go to Sank right now. Like, that could actually work. Okay, and the emerald that we found. Like, an hour and 25 minutes ago.
Oh, there's the other ring hive key. I'm wondering if we know Seekers is guaranteed in Dark Torvus. So if we stay here, find the Seekers, use the lower Torvus elevator to plane to Sank, do the Sank cleanup, defeat Quad, you got your key information, which is great. Save Aegon for last, as he has the Aegon key information. So if you save Aegon for last, it'll just route in perfectly back to Temple, and could just be a one-way trip for each area.
Yeah. I think Arrow full clearing Lower Torvus makes sense because he wants to make sure that there's not an SDK here. Because if there was an SDK... Okay, I think he's realizing that he forgot to do Under Transit 1 and is going back for that. But, yeah, if he's... He's just doing this to make sure there's not an SDK here. Or if there is an SDK, that he gets it now. Because once he gets Sky Temple Key hints, he doesn't want to have to come back to Torvus for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, no, Torvus is just out of the way compared to everything else. And especially with these elevators, it's just... Yeah. It's the hardest place to reach right now.
And if he gets every SDK here right now, he'll never have to come back.
Well, let's go and take a peek at Under Transit then. We'll see if prediction's right or if Poison Bog has it.
Ooh, Reggie going to Sank Entrance. He will get his Aegon key information here.
I'm wondering if Reggie plays off of that hint for the Aegon keys and makes an immediate detour towards Torvus.
I bet he does. I bet he's going straight there after this.
I mean, yeah, okay. He's already done a majority of Sank, hasn't he?
Yep, he has. And he'll know the last one is in Torvus. Oh, it was actually Seekers in Under Transit 1. Oh my gosh.
Nice hot dogging.
Now just imagine he went to Poison Bog first. That would have been pain. But yeah, with that info, Arrow has all the info he needs to stop doing checks at this point. This is most likely just going to be a save warp, go get hints. We know we have keys in Inghive. Oh, you get Grapple Pirate's Arrow because you picked up Dark Visor. And man, yeah. He just has everything. He knows about Echo. He knows his Aegon keys are in Aegon and Inghive. He's got what he needs to beat the seed.
Yeah, we need to start making headway to get this game over.
Are there 4 Grapple Pirates in this room? That's ludicrous.
I've never seen 4 before. It's usually 2. Huh.
Yeah, there are 4.
Huh.
He's still got one more to kill Arrow. There it is. Yeah, so the reason Arrow had to deal with those guys is because he picked up the item from Grapple Guardian, and once you pick up that item, it causes a bunch of really annoying layer changes to a lot of rooms in Torvus that spawn those Dark Pirate Commandos. And they basically behave like the Chozo Ghosts from Prime. But the thing is, they actually lock the doors. So you have to kill them in order to leave rooms, and that really sucks. Which is just more reason why Arrow does not want to have to come back to Torvus for the rest of the seed, because a lot of these rooms are going to have those Grapple Pirates now.
Well, Reggie found that STK off of Sank Entrance, so that's good news.
Yeah, and he gets those Aegon keys in, so I mean, he's going to Torvus. This could be somewhat close. It depends, though. Like, I mean, how quickly is he going to find those Seekers, though? I think Arrow's definitely in the lead, but I don't know if Reggie is like that far behind. Reggie might finish maybe 10 minutes after Arrow. But it's hard to tell at this point. But I would definitely say Arrow has a solid lead.
Just based on the information, the knowledge we have, Seekers were able to get key hints, and the advanced knowledge of Amorbis locations, then yeah, it's a significant lead. But with key hints, we combined, we have knowledge for 6 of them. So there's still 3 keys out there that are missing.
So we're going to see shortly. We'll definitely see when Arrow scans these hints. One will say Amorbis, one will say Quad, one will say Mining Plaza. And then we have 4 unknown.
One's definitely in Reliquary.
Oh yeah, and one is also definitely in Reliquary. Is that an SDK? No, it's not.
No, it's not shiny enough.
Reggie making his way into Torvis.
Oh, you know what? It could be an SDK. We'll just do what Wind Waker did with the Triforce. Shatter the key into multiple parts, and you've got to find all the parts just to make one key.
Light ammo in Defiled Shrine.
Yep, here it comes. Big ol' STK reveal.
Yep, here we go. Only 3 unknown, which is kind of fun. I feel like these have to be in like some kind of cursed spots. Like, I wonder if we have one in Hive Entrance or something like that. Because I mean, Reggie's done a lot of the game that Arrow hasn't, and I mean, we just haven't seen any new ones from him. So, I mean, I would take an area SDK. I don't know about you. Okay, Storage A. That's one of the 3 unknown. Ooh, Reggie going for Forgotten Ridge Gate skip. Sank map. That's also one of the unknown. And Reggie makes it over first try. Dark Egg on Temple. We already knew that. There's only one more unknown. So if Arrow scans it, he can just stop scanning after that. Sync energy.
That's the...
Yeah, okay, so...
That's definitely the unknown one, then.
Yeah. So yeah, this will say Reliquary. One more of them will... The next one's going to say Mining Plaza, and then the one after that says Quad. Yep. So our new ones are Sank Map, Storage A, and Sank Energy Controller.
Yeah, but Reggie has Energy Controller, as we saw the words earlier.
Yep. Yeah, no area required, unfortunately.
Well, that's okay.
Still only 1 Airy seed so far this tournament, and we've gone through nearly 30 races at this point.
Well, you know, with week 3 being Guardian Slayer, we might have some other major item on Airy.
Could see red keys on Airy. That would be fun.
Yeah, throw the red keys for Chica on there.
Heck yeah.
And is Acrolus Quadraxis in Logic?
No.
Yeah, the game will always expect us to have it, right?
Yeah. Echoless Quad requires intermediate invisible objects. So, looks like Arrow is looking through his hints for that Echo Visor hint, which is the last major he needs for mining Plaza. Oh, and he's just looking at his Aegon key hints as well.
I definitely wrote it down backwards earlier then. Yeah, meanwhile, Reggie's having a fun time in Torvis Plaza. Trying to get the skip.
I absolutely despise this trick.
I still haven't learned it. It just seems way too arbitrary to figure out.
It's stupid.
The entirety of Torvis Plaza is a dumb room. It's just a terrible room.
It is a terrible room, yeah. Oh, I don't think he had enough momentum to get out that way.
Yes, I would say Aero probably should make a line back to Sank Spider side. Yep. Use that to do the sanctuary cleanup. Find your Echo Visor off the watch station. Echo wasn't on watch station.
It was watch station access.
Watch access. Now find the Echo. Go fight Quad. Then just continue back along through the remaining places.
Yeah, did we have any... Oh, you know what? Oh, wait, no. We did have one elevator between Sank and Aegon. Unfortunately, it was Sank entrance. And we cannot do that elevator reverse unless we've, like, opened up a bunch of gates. And we have not done that yet. So I think after Aero goes to Sank, this is just going to be a save warp. And then we can go to Aegon from that.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, because we're pretty much done with Torvis. There's nothing left in there for yet.
Aero should never have to go back to Torvis for the rest of the seed.
No, but Reggie just found the information for Seekers, so he's going to be real happy with that.
Oh.
And the light suit.
But Aero knows that this Echo Visor is reachable since he has every major except Echo. It's like, okay, yeah, this is 100% available for me to get right now. Because a lot of the times you have something hinted in Sank, you know, it can be like, it can be locked behind items you don't have. And he has that insurance, which is really good for him. But he'll be doing a bunch of Hive checks. It actually looks like he's going straight for Hive entrance, which is unfortunate. He's looking for that last Aegon key, which he knows is in Hive. We know it's ATS, but just getting Hive entrance out of the way straight off is gonna... It makes sense, it's just unfortunately not there. Or we're just gonna go straight this way. You know, that's better than doing Hive entrance. Or not? Okay, we are doing Hive entrance.
Aero, please pick a direction. We're getting turned around here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. It is Hive entrance. Well, we know it's not a major, so what are we going to throw on Hive entrance today? We're going to throw some more ammo expansions? Maybe a missile?
I'm going to say ETM.
Just throwing nothing out there. That's harsh.
I'm saying ETM.
I'm going to go with... I'm going to say an energy tank.
Aero got a hint that Echo was up to 3 rooms from Sentinel's Path, but he's looking for the last Aegon, or not the last, but he's looking for his Aegon key right now, which he knows is in Hive. So that's why he's doing this. Powerbomb. That's fun.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to show up.
There aren't many of those in the pool, so...
I mean, I guess it'll help come Emperor Ring 2 then.
Yeah. He already has a lot of power bombs, but, you know, it'll help him more.
Yeah, just have that safety behind him.
Yeah, if he messes up the Emperor Ring 1 cycle, it's nice to have a lot of power bombs to take care of the little tentacles.
Yeah, but don't you need to have a set height on it for even to register with the tentacles, or no?
I mean, if you, like, do a little bomb jump off the ground and then lay a power bomb, it'll just immediately kill a bunch of the tentacles.
Oh, okay, then.
So it's the backup strat if you mess up the 1 cycle. Other than that, yeah, this makes sense. We're gonna take the portal and how Dynamo works. Reggie has not found the Dark Torvus Aegon key yet because it is in under temple access.
All the way by Power Bomb Guardian.
So yeah, it'll be a minute before he gets that. Yeah, Arrow has it. Arrow still needs ATS. Actually, funny enough, the runners have the Aegon keys that the others don't. Reggie has bioenergy and ATS, and then Arrow has under temple access. Yo, we're gonna hit the pop here. Let's go. Oh, that was kind of sad. There weren't very many night barbs left. If you shoot a charged annihilator at all those night barbs, it makes a pop that's super satisfying.
And you get a shower of ammunition falling to the depths below.
Yeah.
Watch, you can't get any of that, sadly. It just falls to,
falls down to cooling chamber.
Yeah, there you go. Right into cooling chamber.
That would be funny if you could go down there and it would actually show up. Arrow scanning this, that could have been his last key. It's not, though. Thankfully. Remember when we thought that might have been supers?
I mean, it was entirely possible at the time.
It was. Unfortunately, that's gotta be a beam ammo expansion because we already know about all our beam combos, too. Arrow gonna get the thanks game hint for this light suit.
And Reggie continuing through lower Torvus now. Well, looks like Reggie might be going straight for Alpha Blog and the Undertemple loop to start with.
He will find that, he'll find the last Aegon key down there, if nothing else. And if he gets Seekers and Dark Visor quick enough, we could have a race here.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
He is still behind, though, just due to not having those Sky Temple key hints yet. And Arrow is not in go mode yet, but, you know, he knows where everything he needs is, so he's just moving towards it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of closing the distance, as going through echoes is a very long and tedious process.
Going towards Olier first. We know this is an SDK, so it makes sense. Though it does delay him finding Echo Visor a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if Reggie finds the Dark Visor and Seekers fast enough, I don't think Reggie will be that far behind Aero, but Aero definitely has a significant advantage due to just he only has to do Sank and Aegon for the rest of the game. Like, he just has to pick up his remaining items in Sank and then go to Aegon and fight a Morbus, and then he'll be done. But if it takes him a lot of time to find that bioenergy key, it might give Reggie some time to catch up, and it could be pretty close.
It all depends on how Aero decides to route in Aegon. Do you go for labs first and clear out the back portion before moving forward? Or do you work front to back? And, well, you can't work front to back as the key's all the way in the back.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aero does not know exactly where it is. Though he's gonna know that key is certainly in labs somewhere. And, like, he might be thinking it's in Mining Station B, which is entirely possible, like, in his mind. And even if he goes there, he doesn't get punished because there's an SDK in Storage A. So he needs to go there regardless. Reggie finds his last Aegon key. Also, that's funny. 3 required items in Dark Lord Torvus. When's the last time you've seen that?
Not frequently. It doesn't happen often. And I can't recall the last time it has happened, actually.
Yeah. Aero finds that Aegon key, and is just going to go straight for quad right now.
It makes the most sense. You're right next door to the chambers, so you might as well. Don't delay what you can do for a later time. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Quadraxis fight, are there any really quick kill methods we can utilize, or?
Not really. The biggest things we can do is, well, not skip the cutscene too early. But the biggest thing we can do on this phase 1 is just prevent him from doing any, like, sort of attacks that would slow us down. As long as we're standing near one of Quad's legs, he will just keep doing the stomp attack, and it will prevent him from doing any attacks that could potentially lose time, like jumping like that, or like spinning. Quad's spin attack really loses a lot of time. As far as phases 2 and 3 go, there's kind of nothing we can do. We just have to do it the vanilla way. Although we can screw attack into the pillar in the middle. I think the other one is going to appear first, Aero. Oh, well. He's kind of getting trolled by Quad here.
You know, funnily enough, in the Echo's guidebook, it does state screw attack during phase 2 on those little on the central piston, followed by a sunburst on the head module.
Yeah, we'll see what Aero does. He has enough light ammo where he can just shoot the middle pillar with light beam, and it'll save him time over using screw attack. But he might just opt to use screw attack anyways. Yeah, looks like he's just gonna screw attack it.
Nope, Reggie has located the Seekers off of Under Transit 1 and is now progressing forward.
Reggie oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I told you, I got bad hearing, so if you start talking, then I know I've...
Yeah, Reggie's also got Dark Visor, so he has every major that's required, but he's behind Aero in the fact that he doesn't have Sky Temple key hints yet. Though Reggie could pull a baller play and actually go for like no SDK hints, because just think about it, he knows Quad's an SDK, he knows Amorbus is an SDK, he knows Mining Plaza is an SDK, and he knows Ing Reliquary is an SDK. So there's only 2 unknown that he would have to find. which I think for him would be what, like
Sank map would be one of them. Yeah,
Sank map. Sank map is definitely one of them.
Yeah, we didn't have light suit during the first pass, but that depends. With Reggie, do we need to go back to Sank outside of quad? Yeah, it depends on which way do we go. Do we go through Vault side or Spider side? We go right for quad, or do we play the safe path and go straight for the Sank entrance elevator, and that map station has something due to lack of knowledge? And then Storage A is the other one, as chat's pointing out. As I could be wrong, I believe Storage A is the mining station B one.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, so 2 out of the way checks. Does Reggie decide to go for them, or?
I think he looks like he's just going for hints, which makes sense. It's really risky to try and do a hintless play. Gosh.
I'm reading the race time, and it's a very interesting read, to say the least.
About an hour and a half in, Aero was not happy.
That was pretty fast.
Yeah, man. Alright. Aero's gonna pick up Sank Energy. We've gotten Quad. Aero still has Mining Plaza, Amorbis, Ing Reliquary, Storage A, and Sank. So he'll pick this up, and then he'll just go down to Sank map and save Orb afterwards, most likely.
And for today, hearing the words of O'Lear happens to be the golden words that we seek all along. Oh, and Reggie's finally going for key hints, it looks like.
Yep. Alright, yeah. Reggie will know he's go mode after this. And, again, I think Reggie will not be that far behind Aero. But Aero is certainly ahead. The only thing Reggie has over Aero is that Aero doesn't have the key from bioenergy yet. And it might take him a little bit to find that. But other than that, it's like Aero is just ahead in every other way.
This is by far one of the most painful tournament races I've seen this week.
Yep.
And you got 2 required bosses, Hive Temple and Amorbis. You have to do Sank Map, which is light suit locked. And you're going all over the place just to find the Amorbis keys.
And on top of that, there's also, what? Like, 3 major items in Dark Lord Torvus, which is pretty terrible. Because you know, most of the time it's dead. Lower Torvis is not useful. But it kind of fakes us out with this one.
I mean, you never really want to go to Lower Torbus. It's so secluded. You need a lot of items just to get everything down here. And there's only one elevator, and you better hope it's useful. I mean, granted, in vanilla, without random elevators, it is a good detour for Sank Vault.
Let's see. Reggie did a death warp after getting hints. I think he'll just be taking that vault side elevator. Pick up Sank map and do his Sank stuff. And then we'll be done. And now Arrow takes a save warp. Is probably going to go ahead and just pick up Ing Reliquary right away. I would imagine. Yeah, looks like he's going for that. And then we'll just be going to Aegon, a Morbus mining closet storage A. And that'll be 9 for him. And then it's just a save warp to final bosses. So we're looking at... It depends what Arrow's route for finding the last Aegon key is. But I mean, I'd say we're looking at, maybe 3 minutes for this. Plus, like, couple minutes to get to Aegon.
I'd garner maybe at 2:30 time roughly. On the high side.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll for sure be finished within the next half hour. If not a little sooner. It comes down to how he executes his final bosses and a Morbus, and also what his route is for everything else. Reggie is actually back in meeting grounds. What is this elevator that he's Torbus.
Hold on, I got it wrote down somewhere. Torbus. This one goes to Temple Transport Emerald, I believe.
Okay, I guess this takes him to Aegon. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. He's gonna go to Aegon, and he'll get everything there, and then he will take the Sank entrance elevator to do his stuff in Sank. That makes sense.
Arrow's acquired the Ing Reliquary key. We're finally done with Temple grounds. We don't have to come back here outside of detouring for Sky Temple. So now it's just a beeline for Aegon.
And then 2 of our SDKs are on a Morbus. We're gonna get to see the fun, the good old like Aegon energy returned layers that we don't get to see very often, but it's going to be fun. Actually, Reggie is going to do a Morbus before Arrow. Not by a lot, because Arrow is about to be in Aegon, but Reggie will probably kill a Morbus first. Well, will certainly kill a Morbus first.
Yeah, I'd say Arrow's most likely going to take the Temple Assembly site elevator to Portal. And then, nope, I guess not.
This
for Aegon entrance.
Yeah. This works, because I think he's going to want to rush Mining Station B first, and then just from there, he'll want to rush Labs, looking for that Aegon key. It just depends does he go straight to Bioenergy, or does he wait before going there?
I would garner probably going for Mining Station B first.
Yeah, almost certainly we do that first. We have to, and Aero knows we have to because it's an SDK.
Yeah, then probably cut through Sand Canyon to get to main reactor, do labs backwards, hopefully.
The backwards labs work out best for him.
But here we go. We get to see the start of a Morbus.
Yo, shoutouts to Reggie for not skipping that cutscene too early. Because that is so easy to do. That Aegon Keys returned cutscene. It's like, it happens all the time where, you know, you just accidentally skip it too early. And that one is notorious for doing that to you.
Well, that being said, now that we're on phase 2, we could, more likely than not, we're going to try to get a worm skip.
Yep. Aero going straight for labs. I think bioenergy, since he's going forwards labs, bioenergy will be his last check here. Well, storage C would technically be his last check, but
yeah, we know it's just bait.
Yeah, we'll be getting bioenergy. It looks like he's trying to just leave this fight. Oh, you're gonna bonk. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh yeah, just push the pirate down a flight of stairs, why don't you?
Okay.
Open. Nice pause.
Looks like Reggie did get his worm skip.
He did, yeah.
And that's a Morbus down, and since Mining Plaza is also an SDK, we're gonna have to return our Aegon energy, because in Mining Plaza, you have an item, right? And it's locked behind this gate where you have to lower like 3 Echo Visor things. But for some reason, those Echo Visor locks, they don't exist in that room until you have returned the Aegon energy. And that makes that check a major pain in the butt, because if that's required, even though it's not something that's like directly locked by a Morbus, you need to do a Morbus and return the energy in order for those locks to appear. So it really is not a fun check to have to do. If that check didn't require returning the Aegon energy, oh boy, it would be so free. But the biggest reason it's annoying is because of that specifically.
And half the time, oh no, we can't do it in this tournament due to the out of bounds rule. But yeah, they did find that screw attack instant on morph.
Yeah,
which is extremely terrible.
Yeah, there is an out of bounds trick we can do to skip lowering those Echo Visor gates, and in return getting the Amorbus energy. But due to this tournament's no out of bounds rule, we cannot do that. Aero finds the last Aegon key and is going to be very happy with that, because that will put Aero in full go mode. That will actually put both the runners in full go mode, though. Aero just has more SDKs than Reggie at this point, and that puts him ahead. Looks like he's just going to go out through main reactor, which will put him right next to storage A, and then from there it's just a Morbus, return the energy, Mining Plaza, save warp, boom. Imagine if Aero hot dogs the energy return. That would be terrible.
I hope not. We don't want to see that happen.
There was one weekly a long time ago where
I think I know the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, Captain MD.
Yeah, with quad.
We had a an SDK on Tumos, and he got the Inghive energy, but he just forgot to go to the energy controller to return it, and so goes to Great Temple, and it's like, oh wait, I didn't return the energy, and that lost him the race. So hopefully we don't see that today.
Yep, Arrow goes, defeats a Morbus, turns right back around, goes to Mining Plaza, and immediately realizes that something's not right. That's 5 keys for Reggie, 6 for Arrow. You know, Reggie's catching up pretty quickly.
Reggie is catching up, but Reggie will still have to do quad. I think this will be closer than I originally expected it, but Arrow is still ahead here.
And Reggie still has to go to Sank Map, so he's got to make a long journey throughout the Sank alone.
Reggie has got to return Aegon Energy, get the Mining Plaza key, and then we've got to go to Sank and get Quad and Sank Map. And he's still missing one more even after that.
Let's see. Quad Storage A, Sank Map.
Meanwhile, Arrow just walking into a Morbus right now. Making his way there. Not even going to see the Sonic Boom and Warriors block. So there's Reggie returning the energy, and now we get a different skybox, which is kind of fun, actually. You don't get to see this skybox a lot of the time, so...
And here comes the second Morbus fight.
So, I don't think we explained Worm Skip the first time, but basically what Arrow is going to do here, it's also what Reggie did earlier, but when we have 2 worms on the ball, we can shoot them both at the same time like he's doing here. And then if he can manage to destroy the second worm before the first worm is like finished with that whole cutscene, which he just did, what's going to happen is that in this third phase, there are only going to be 2 worms that show up because when he made it so that they got destroyed at the same time, it skipped a cutscene, and that cutscene causes the next worm to appear. So skipping that cutscene means the next worm never appears, and we only have to deal with 2 worms in the third phase, and it saves us some time.
You know what, since we're on it, I know no one's ever done it, except for me, probably. But what's the consequence if we do Worm Skip on the third phase?
Yeah, if you accidentally do Worm Skip on the third phase, you again skip the cutscene, but this time the cutscene is the fight actually ending. So if you skip that, you're just going to get soft locked there. So you'll notice Arrow did not do the same thing on phase 3 to avoid that soft lock.
Yeah, let's just say I learned that the hard way one day.
There was sorry.
I was so confused I just threw the seed away.
That happens to me a lot. I'm just like, I'm not doing this. There was a tournament match, I think in the previous 2022 tournament, where somebody accidentally did Worm Skip on the third phase and soft locked.
Oh dear.
I'm pretty sure they just immediately forfeit after that.
Oh, that's just terrible.
Okay, Arrow has grabbed the Aegon energy. Just has to return it now.
If he remembers to do that.
Yeah. I mean, he has to go to storage A anyway, so I feel like there's no way Arrow will forget.
Oh, that's the third key Reggie was missing. He was missing in Reliquary.
Yeah. So runners will be tied up on keys shortly, but Arrow's last 2 keys are just much faster.
Yeah, they're both right here in Aegon, almost next to each other.
Yeah. Just
Then
got
there's
mining
the-
plaza storage A.
And sadly for Reggie, we've still got to do Quadraxis.
Yep.
I'm going to take a peek at our other races today. I'm going to see how far they're along.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've got some good ones today. Not just this race, but really every race today is a really good one.
You know what? I'm reading the information for SpeedGaming 4 with TGC and Locure.
Mm-hmm.
There's a strong possibility of a 2 most light work just to enter.
To enter Torvis? Oh no.
Yeah, ride life for Torvis Energy. That's going to be interesting. And it looks like there was a Quadraxis fight though.
That can happen if I think if we if Torvis Temple access and Torvis entrance go to Temple Transport Amber and Sank entrance, then you have to do Torvis Energy returned in order to enter Torvis, which is pretty funny. There's Arrow picking up storage A. I think he still has to return the energy, but once he does that, he can just walk on over to Mining Plaza, and that'll be 9. We're right next to a save station, not save station.
A safe station.
Yeah, we're right next to a save station, and then we can save warp and fight final bosses. So.
You know, I don't think I've ever heard of that technical term. Could you enlighten me what a safe station is?
I don't really know what it is, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, we're going to let chat decide what a safe station is then.
Yeah. Yep. Returning the energy. And just as Reggie makes his way into Sank, we might get to see a Hive key skip from Reggie right here. Man. Yeah, I mean, Reggie will not be that far behind. Like, Arrow is probably going to finish... I mean, if he doesn't get centered, he probably will finish, like, 1... Or not 1. He'll probably finish, like, 222 or maybe even 221. Reggie will probably finish before 230, so... I think Arrow will definitely win this unless a death happens or something. But Reggie will not be that far behind.
I gotta agree with you. Based on the amount of health Arrow has, about 6 E-tanks plus light suit, it's still anybody's game. But Arrow's Definitely got the lead, though.
Yeah, and there's his last SDK. So again, those echo gates just do not show up until we return the Aegon energy.
Nope, and Reggie just got hacked by a Resbit.
That's funny. If you get hacked by a Resbit while going through a portal, some strange things can happen.
I don't think I've ever had that happen before.
I've had it happen to me once, and it was very strange.
I can only imagine type of foolery that happens because of it.
The portal starts getting corrupted and stuff.
Oh dear.
Like the little cutscene.
Next thing you know, it sends you to your wrong destination.
Yeah. The portal will bring you to Airy.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that.
Portal Rando is fun, though. It's an experimental feature right now, but you can still play it on the Randomania dev builds. And, you know, sometimes if you have an SDK in Airy, you gotta find a portal that'll take you there. Reggie doing the pop that I talked about earlier. All that beam ammo is gone. It's way down there, but it's satisfying to see him pop like that. So, and Arrow just picking up some more beam ammo before making his way to final bosses. But yeah, I mean, Reggie will not be that far behind. He's really just a quad fight behind right now because he's right in front of quad. He can just fight quad and then just save warp immediately afterwards, and he'll be in the same spot as Arrow is right now. But we are going to get to see a hive key skip. Just a simple 2 BSJ into a screw attack, and we will get over that whole gate. And then we can completely skip the hive keys for quad. And there, he skipped the cutscene too early.
Your flash of light. While Reggie fights quad, Arrow's just moments away from entering the Sky Temple grounds. Not the grounds, the gateway. And with that, 2 questions directed to you, bruh. Number 1, does the pop work with Sonic Boom? And number 2, is there an available clip of you getting hacked in a...
Yeah, I think you can do the little pop with Sonic Boom, but... And I might be able to get a clip of me getting hacked in a portal. Because it happened to me just the other day when we did some Echoes Bingo racing, and I streamed that, so I can go look back at the VOD for that a little bit later. And see if I can't get a clip of that. Anyways, Arrow in the Sky Temple now. We've just got our final bosses standing between us and the end of the seat, and we didn't get up onto that screw attack wall. There we go. Meanwhile, Reggie looks like is almost done with phase 2 of quad. If Reggie pulls out a reverse hive key skip, he can get to the hive gyro save station. Otherwise, he'll have to go to ATS and walk over to the main gyro save station, which would be a little slower. Arrow now on Emperor Ring. This first phase looks like we're going to do the super missile strat. So as long as we... Oh. Okay, we messed up, so we're just going to go for Annihilator strats, which are faster. If you just spam it with enough Annihilator shots, you can get a 1 cycle, though I don't think we're getting a 1 cycle on this.
No, based on that laser hitting us, it was unlikely.
And Reggie on phase 3 of quad. But a 2 cycle is still pretty good for EI1. The thing is, if you miss the 1 cycle, while his tentacles are out, he can kind of troll you with a bunch of attacks like this. Like, a lot of the attacks he does make the tentacles completely invincible, and you just can't do anything. We're just going to finish him off with a super missile. And there's EI1 down. EI2, we don't have cannon for, but we're just going to destroy all these things with power bombs. Pretty simple.
Yeah, and at the same time, Reggie just finished Quadra Access. I saw 9 keys for him.
Yeah. So it looks like we're heading out to ATS. We're just going to take the portal in ATS and then walk over to the save station in main gyro. And that's Emperor 2 down. Now, Emperor 3, you can actually do a kind of funny thing for... So, you see Arrow screw attacking underneath and how that actually just did damage. While they were designing Emperor 3, one of the other, like, versions of him in development had some little shoes on the bottom of each of its legs. And those shoes were vulnerable to screw attack. And they eventually scrapped that design, but they forgot to remove the damage triggers. So you can actually just screw attack underneath him, and it will just deal damage to him. And since screw attack does a lot of damage, you can kill him really fast using that. And then Dark Samus is our final one. Dark Samus has 2 phases, Dark Samus 3 and Dark Samus 4. We want to try and skip Dark Samus 4 if possible. So what we're going to do here is we're going to deal exactly 302 damage to Dark Samus 3. And then she'll do her little laser attack. And then after that, we're going to either screw attack into her or just shoot her with Dark Beam a bunch of times. And if we keep doing that and chaining it with a bunch of missiles, we can actually prevent her from ever going to the center of the stage and going into DS4 mode. And that can save, like, minutes. Like, it's a big time save, because Dark Samus 4, you have to wait for her to shoot her, like, pellets out. So, you can see him trying, it's still on DS3 mode. You can see Arrow trying to shoot missiles at Dark Samus, but it's too late. We're just gonna have to do another laser attack. Meanwhile, Reggie is on his way to final bosses. See if we can do this now. Okay, Dark Samus actually puts up her shield. Screw attack. That should be good. Yep, we do a bit of damage. And we're just going to keep doing screw attack into her until hopefully she dies and does not go to the center. Oh, there she is.
Just getting close.
Fired. Just chipping away at her health. One more screw attack will do it. And that's time.
2:24 on the dot.
Yep, on the dot. Meanwhile, Reggie is just on his way to Sky Temple now. So we'll finish pretty soon. Just has to go through Emperor Ring and Dark Samus, and then we'll be done. I'm trying to mark Arrow as done on the thing, but does not seem to be working, unfortunately.
And I give it some time. That little website's
okay,
extremely lagging, so
it just marked him as the winner.
And with Reggie heading right to Emperor Ring, I'd say we're looking at a good 2:30, probably a 2:31.
If we do everything fast, this could be 2:29, or maybe even 2:28 if everything goes optimally. Welcome in, Arrow.
GG's. Jay has committed crime once again with generating a tournament seat of mine.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Like, it just kept getting worse.
Yeah, it did.
I thought when I saw the SDK in Mining Plaza, I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. If that's all I gotta deal with, sure. And then it just kept piling on.
Mhm.
Also, shout out to getting the Dark Beam hint while I'm in Aegon, and I'm like, I actually don't want to go get that yet.
Yeah. We were worried that you might miss that dark beam for a long time, but that was a great hint.
Yeah, that hint was really good. I'm like, let me do DS1 and part of the labs, and then just leave and go get Dark Beam.
Yeah. I mean, doing that Sank entrance really worked out for you because you got that Aegon keys information really early, and
Yeah, given I
that was-
completely ignored it until the end when I went and scoured through my hands. I'm like, I know I got Aegon key hints. Where is it?
yeah.
At that point, it was just searching Sank for the key. And the Echo Visor, because I was still needing Echo Visor at the time too. I'm like, oh, there's Echo, cool. I just defined the key. I can avoid regular sync checks now.
Yeah. The
So I was
info
worried about.
great.
I was worried about Dynamo Works for a little bit.
Oh yeah. That could have been it.
The only thing I didn't find was Cannonball.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
the only thing we
found
didn't see.
everything else. Cannonball's probably on like Spider Guardian or something.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
gonna be
we
somewhere
near
dumb.
full cleared this seed.
Well, we do have information that Battlegrounds Inc. has Shadowmorph Ball related upgrade.
Oh, then it might be Battleground. I was in go mode at that point, so I just walked right by. I just walked right through Battleground to get to Worms. I took a
Ricky's down
chance
there.
on. I took a chance on labs for the key. Battleground, yeah, it was Battleground. I just see it
Oh.
on my credits just for going through. It is indeed Battleground Cannonball.
Nice.
I never got the hint because by the time I was in Aegon, I got the central mining station and I just walked right through. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing any of this.
Yeah.
I just
So
peeked
that-
the item and was like, I'm just here for the key.
That was a lot of the big route divergence was there were two main points. Actually, from the very beginning, you and Reggie followed like pretty massively different routes. So
I was about to say, I am sitting here on Saint Spider side and I'm like, there's no way Reggie's doing this.
yeah. So going to Spider side early was really great for you.
Light beam and screw attack. That
the
was
light
very
beam.
nice. Light beam
Because-
was a big one because it gave me access to Aegon
Yeah.
immediately.
We were like I had assumed basically the route divergence wasn't even quite that. It was the fact that since you went to Hive Chamber B at the beginning, before going to that elevator, as soon as you got bombs, you were like, okay, I'm going here. Reggie got bombs first and was like, okay, I'm gonna go do Hive Chamber B. But then also, Reggie had peaked Violet, like at the very beginning. He peaked Violet, so he thought bombs were for that, and didn't end up going to Sank, which meant he didn't get Light Beam. But it got him Dark Beam a lot earlier than you, because
And probably
didn't-
Space Jump.
yeah, he got Space Jump a little before.
But I had
you.
bombs, so I wasn't too worried about Space Jump for a bit. And then then I got the hint, and I'm like, okay, that's where Space Jump is. I'm not too worried about it.
But what was so good for you is even though you didn't get that Dark Beam, after
I had
that,
Annihilator.
yeah, Annihilator was great, but Reggie forgot to scan the hint in FTA the first pass, so he didn't get that info on supers, and
I followed that immediately.
yeah,
I started checking everywhere first. I was like, all right, it's either on DMT, which is what I want, or it's in Hall of Honor Dead, which I suck at that instant morph. Please no. As I went forward anyway when I went afterwards to see what it was, and I'm like, oh, it's an E-Tank. No, I'm out of here. Oh, I'm not getting this instant morph reset. I saved the ship for this reason. I reset a couple of times through this because I felt ahead a lot of times, but I also felt behind a few times. And the main time I felt behind was when I was clearing Torvis, and I'm like, I don't know if Torvis is what I'm supposed to be doing. Until I read the Seeker's hint, and then I'm like, this is 100% where I'm supposed to be.
yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wait, Poison Bog's a missile related, so I started heading that way, and about halfway there, I'm like, wait,
You
I
have
don't
Dark
have
Visor.
Dark Visor, reset. 5 minutes later, Dark Visor. Thanks, game.
Well, at least you realized before you got to Poison Bog.
Yeah, but like I got the Dark Visor, and I'm like, part of me wants to just go to Poison Bog now, but I'll wait. I'll clear the couple of checks left here in Dark Lower Torvus, and sure enough, Seekers were in Dark Lower Torvus, so that worked out.
Yeah, right off of Under Transit 1. So.
The elevators were a little weird, but for late game routing, they were fine. And the only thing I wish I would have been able to do different is I wish I had done Sync Entrance after I had Dark Visor Seekers. So it would have made the routing back to Aegon much better. Instead of having to warp to start and go to Aegon, I could have gone through Sync Entrance back to Aegon. Right where in Aegon I needed to be.
Yeah.
Right, you could have just made an easy route, but instead you had to turn
So I had to
right
warp
back
to
around.
start, go through the temple transports. That's why after I got the Mining Plaza STK, I'm like, nope, I'm warping to start instead of taking 2 elevator rides.
Reggie's just getting bullied here by
Reggie's
Emperor Ring.
getting bullied by Emperor Ring 3. Holy crap. My Emperor Ring 1 was the one that was the bully today. Emperor Ring 2 was fine. Emperor Ring 3 was a little funny. But it wasn't bad. I'm also shocked I didn't get centered. After bonking a couple times.
You got close to it a few times.
There was
really.
twice I should have been centered.
Yeah.
Immediately.
We'll see if Reggie gets centered here. But
It
man,
must be nice
I mean,
being able to fire 25 annihilator shots.
oh yeah.
I only had 12 and I accidentally only fired 11 of them. So I'm like, alright, unload with Dark Beam. Like, the entire way on the way to Sky Temple, I was sitting here shooting everything I could with Dark Beam to build up on light ammo, and then I had to use a lot extra on Emperor Ring 1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no.
But the big thing, since Reggie went to Sank after finding Space Jump, he just continued on through Sank early on.
I actually thought about continuing through Sank, but I think the reason I didn't is I didn't have Dark Beam.
You also didn't have Space Jump, so.
True. That isn't the biggest thing. Until you get to, like, Watch Station access and...
Oh no.
Sank Temple, you can get...
That's the center.
That's a center.
He was close. I mean,
It was close, yeah.
Yeah, I mean him continuing through Sank, he got light suit info early on. He got the key in ATS early on. But, he didn't get Dark Beam for a bit. I mean, he got Dark Beam, I think, before you, because, well...
I hope he got it, because I purposely
Yeah.
put off Dark Beam. After I saw the hint, I just put it off.
He got that Dark Beam after he got Space Jump when he was on his way back to Sank, but, he actually died in Windchamber Gate, or in Windchamber, but thankfully he had saved, so he was fine. But the big thing is Sank didn't have super missiles, so
Sank didn't have much at all outside
Yeah.
of some keys.
we were like, okay, whoever finds supers is going to be ahead big time. And then right as that happened, you scanned the super missiles in, and we were like, oh my gosh, like, that is big, and that is super huge if they're in Hive Chamber B, because Reggie hasn't been to Aegon yet, which means he doesn't have DMT open. And then they were in Hive Chamber B, and we're like, okay, I mean, you probably got those supers 20 or 25 minutes before Reggie.
Oh, those supers are what pushed me into Torvus.
And man, those supers led into Light Suit, they led into Seekers, they led into Dark Visor, and that was just so huge for you.
Oh yeah. Shout outs to everything being required, by the way. You needed everything.
Yeah.
Minus the Chicka keys that I kept finding. I'm like, I don't want to see these.
one sort of red key you didn't want.
I also made a mistake in Sank. I started pushing towards Hive Gyro and then realized, wait, I don't have Echo Visor. So thankfully there was the portal there. I could just detour my routing.
Right, you're able to just turn right back around and make a...
Well, yeah, or I had to turn around. I'm like, wait.
And that's time for Reggie.
Only about 11 minutes behind.
By the way, Reggie's comment in the race room, I feel that. It's like, Jay,
Oh,
because
no,
another one of my
someone's here.
tournament races, I'm abusing my admin power and banning you.
You know, that sounds relatively calm compared to what could happen.
No, this seed was absolute hot garbage. I
I'm
only got
sure.
bailed out because I immediately did spider side.
And thankfully, your hints this race was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the hint timing was so good. Hint timing was really helpful.
I just want to point out, K-Rar, if you're still here, there's a required area in another race. Go mess with that one.
Welcome in, Reggie.
You know, I was
Hello.
almost, with how bad this was, I was almost expecting required area at this point.
Yeah, it was tempted. It was free. It would have been a nice check.
I actually was about to do area, then I'm like, no.
I guess
hold on, Reggie.
GG's.
We need to yell at Jay violently.
Yeah.
This was awful.
I don't have anything good or constructive to say. I played like garbage. I feel like I routed like garbage. This Emperor Ing set of fights was the worst Emperor Ing one I think I've had since I was a child.
Yeah, I also had an awful Emperor Ring one. Cannonball was in Battleground Ing Cache.
That's cute.
I walked right by it because I was in go mode by the time I went to Dark Aegon for the at any point, because I only took the Doomed Entry portal to get to a Morbus. Because that Aegon key was my last key.
Yeah. I'm frustrated that I didn't listen to my gut and do Lower Taurus earlier. If I would have gone very different for me.
I was preparing to skip Lower Taurus, and then I read the Seeker's Hunt.
I was searching desperately for that hint and found it. That was one of the last hints that I found.
Yeah, I got the Seeker's Hunt, and I'm like, okay, I have to do Lower Taurus. I was not happy about the Grapple Guardian Dark Visor right after I had accidentally went towards Poison Bog, forgetting I didn't have Dark Visor, thinking Seekers would be there because missile related.
I mean, you almost left the Seekers behind there too, because you did go back to the Light World. I was like, oh no, if Arrow goes to Poison Bog and that's not it,
yeah, that
he's gonna be so upset.
I was already upset at this. What are you talking about? I mean, I mean, at the beginning of the seed, I go straight to Sank Spider side, and I sit in a light field for like a minute and a half just to heal to get that screw attack. I'm like, if I leave this behind, I'll not come back forever for it.
Yeah, so Arrow did sank like instantaneously. Well, at least Spider side sank. And
yeah,
so
that light beam was
got
the big
everything
thing.
there pretty early on. That light beam led into sank, or not sank. That light beam led into Aegon early, which meant he got supers early, and that gave him just a huge lead.
Yeah, they were talking about. They said it was pretty close until they were like, as soon as someone finds supers, and then that was as soon as I read the super hint because it was FTA.
Yeah.
Also, I said this before you got here. Of course, Jay would roll us a seed where literally everything was needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single major required.
It's a J seed. What do you expect?
I think you may have been able to get away without gravity boost. But, like...
Yeah, I think that was the only one that you could logically skip. Also, shoutouts to the beam combo hint in Torvus Energy.
I saw that and I'm like, hints, I can't have you give it up on me now. I need a couple, I need like one more good hint. And I got, and then like, of course the echo hint, so I was like, okay.
I was like, wow, I can't believe that, because I don't know when the last time I saw a beam combo hint that wasn't for like supers. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, it finally happened. That's insane.
Also like how our Inghive keys and Chicken keys are flipped. I found the third Chicken key, but I walked right past it because I already had the Chicken hint.
Yeah, I don't know where the third one was.
The Chica keys were...
I skipped the one in Portal Terminal, or Transit Station.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Sank, that's the one I skipped.
I don't know where the other one was.
Was it Aegon? I don't remember. I know I full cleared Torvis.
There was one in Aegon, yes.
Yeah.
So let's see. I've got a ton of notes down here for some reason. Let's see. What do we start with?
There's probably plenty of notes because this seed had so much you had to do. And like I was like, oh, I can finally read STK hints. Surely it can't get worse.
Absolutely. You
Quad.
know, it's
Well, I said this
required
already
quad.
knowing. I already knew about quad because I read a quad hint.
Oh yeah.
I already knew about quad. Then I was like, Sank map. Well, at least I have light suit.
Where was the quad hint?
I think it was somewhere lower Torvis.
It was lower Torvis.
Oh, yeah, none of the hints that I scanned. Because at that point, by the time I was in Lower Torvis, I knew exactly where Seekers were. And
Yeah.
tripped and fell into Dark Visor because I was like, I might as well. I'm right here. There's no point in not.
Yeah. Which worked out since the Dark Visor was needed for exactly one STK. Also, when being told, like, alright, one of your Aegon keys is in Inghive. First thing I do before going to fight Quad is go check Hive entrance, because there's no way I'm leaving that behind.
Nope, you don't want a hot dog check. That's all the way out in the middle of nowhere.
What's bad is I probably wouldn't even have checked it if I had remembered before going to Inghive from that direction that I didn't have Echo Visor to continue through.
Oh dear.
My go mode
feel
was
like-
Echo Visor minus the keys.
I feel like the only thing that I did right this entire seed was my quad fight.
The quad was pretty clean, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Literally everything
Sounds like we both had a good quad fight.
Usually during these interviews, I ask one main question: did you have fun? But
The race
I
side
think,
chat
I
will
think we know
give
the
that
answer
one
to
up.
that. Yeah, I'm not gonna...
we mentioned that one almost an hour ago in the race time chat.
And Reggie's nice little touch to Jay with the that's
The
a nice
feelings
restriction.
mutual.
Yeah.
Feelings mutual.
I'm 5% kidding.
5%.
I had I think I said something similar during the Prime tournament. Week 1 when Jay put our space jump in PPC.
Oh no.
I was like,
Oh yeah, that was fun.
yeah. I was like, can we not?
Man, I loved that seed. That was a fun one to watch. I think I was watching I was on call with Jay when I was watching that too. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, you created a great seed, dude.
This. Holy crap.
Everything
Hey.
Jay touches
Turns to garbage.
turns to something. All right, let's see. I guess we'll ask this. Out of all your SDKs, did anything really throw you for a curveball?
I messed up my storage names again.
You hot dog storage A, huh?
Well, I was planning to get I forgot I had storage A and B backwards. It worked out with the routing because I had to go to Aegon Energy Controller at the end anyway, so it worked out because of returning the energy.
Right. Yeah,
But
it was
at the
right
same
next door.
time, it led me to do labs first,
Which in turn
While
gave you your
hunting.
worms key. So
which while hunting for the final key.
So that actually kind of worked out.
Yeah, it did
That's
work out.
how do you feel, Reggie, based on your SDKs today?
Murdering Jay.
They were mostly fine. Mining Plaza was unfortunate just because of all of the things required for it. The Amorbis keys kind of sucked.
The keys were
And
the
by
keys
the
were
time
not
I
bad.
got the hint, I couldn't remember where I had gotten my 2 keys. So I was like, great, we're just going to play the lottery and absolutely pray that we're going the right direction. And then I found the 3rd key and was like, good, great.
Yeah.
Sometimes-
Nothing. Sync map, I think, was probably my least favorite key just because I didn't want to have to go back down that way. And
Sank
then
map was the
hot
most
dogged
out of the way for
climbing
me
back
as
up.
well. Sank map was the most out of the way for me, but since I hadn't done most of Sank at that time, I'd only done that first dip early in the seed. I just got Sank map last and then warped to start out to go to Aegon and hunt for the final key.
Oh, that must have been fun trying to find. At least the routing wasn't terrible.
I'm just glad the Inghive Aegon key was just ATS and not something awful.
I mean, what
Like
would have
Hive
been a
Gyro.
bad check? Yeah, Hive Gyro would have been bad. You could have thrown it on Hive Dynamo. You might have to do a required spider to go get a Morbus or something.
That's why I scanned the Hive Dynamo hint while hunting the key. I'm like, let me make sure this isn't a key.
Right, rather play it safe. Let's see. Early game was fairly good, though. I mean, you started with main power bombs. You were over in Temple Grounds near Compound. Both of you found all of your translators relatively early, so that must have been good
The
for
game
hint routing.
Forced us on it.
Yeah.
These are
it
some
really
cursed
did.
mission final captures. Oh, Aaron, you have no idea.
I was pretty sad about my beginning routing. My decision to chase that Temple Transport Violet elevator gave me the information of where Violet was. But if I would have gone the other direction first, I would have found it inevitably anyway.
Yeah, I saw Temple Transport Violet. I'm like, well, I don't have. It's unlikely I'll have a translator for it, so I'll put it off. So I did everything else, got bombs, and I was like, oh, this goes to Saint Spider's side. Sure, let's go here first. So I had Light Beam first time I went to Great Temple to get Space Jump.
I did not.
I think Violet was my final translator. I had all
Emerald
the
was
other
mine?
three before. Yeah, I think Emerald I got third because we were forced upon Cobalt and Amber immediately. 'Cause I believe Emerald was
It was Hazencliff. Yeah.
Hazencliff? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Amber
glad
was,
the Metroid cooperated there, else I would have died.
You got lucky.
Oh, I
You
got
real
really lucky because I had to play with the drop there, and if you don't have a power bomb, sometimes it won't drop the health; it'll drop a power bomb instead, and if it did, it would kill me.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thankfully, the Echo's drop system is good. So.
Yeah, the Echo's drop system is really great. It always drops you exactly what you need
Yeah.
100% of the time. It's so much better than Prime 1. Oh my god.
Oh, absolutely.
Literally getting not a single missile until the very end of the EI1 fight out of those tentacles.
Ugh.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
need missiles. You'll be okay.
I don't know. You kind of want to fire
No
those super
beam ammo
missiles.
was dropping. Like I got nothing. I had,
Vampire Ring 1 doesn't like dropping.
a 4 or 5 cycle EI1.
Oh gosh, and I thought mine was bad. Mine was a 2 cycle.
No, it was the worst EI1. Like I said, since I think I was a child.
That was
Nothing in that fight went well.
Yeah. My Emperor Ring 2 was good. My Emperor Ring was weird. I should have been centered twice during DS3, but I didn't. Because I bonked multiple times.
Yeah, Arrow had a good DS4 skip.
More like lucky DS4 skip. Like I said, I should have been centered like twice.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
isn't it just complete luck most of the time though?
Well, I'd say
some amount of luck, some amount of execution. She
Yeah, I
can
guess that's
decide that she'll center immediately, even if you do everything perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just nah.
Like,
It's just nah.
Yeah.
well, look
Sometimes
at it this way. We're done with this week, Reggie. However, next week we don't have to gamble about bosses. They're all required.
Yippee!
Eh.
Well, you get the bad weeks out of the way first, then you can step into all the fun weeks.
Oh, my most looked forward to week is 5.
Oh yeah, that'll be a fun.
That's gonna have the most variants.
Right.
Which one is 5 again?
Pick your poison.
I'm excited for week 4.
This is the one where it's like no hints.
Yeah.
And it's just the STK area only.
Yeah, that one will be fun too.
That one's gonna be.
I'm excited for all of the Echoes players to have to route like a Prime player.
That's very interesting wording to use.
Yeah, there's no
It's
hints in
accurate,
Prime
though.
outside of your
Your
artifacts and the Phazon suit if you kill Ridley. So
Yeah, but us Psychos player live on the hints. You know, that's what changes all of our routing.
I know, and that's I don't like
We just get to do the prime
the
philosophy
hint
of
routing meta.
start clearing.
Just full
start
clear every
clearing.
area.
Yeah, the interesting thing about it is that you get that trade-off, though. Like, you get no hints, but it also has the capability, if you read the logic right,
Mhm.
it has the capability to be extremely jet, because there are only 5 SDKs.
It also means all of the
And all those
gates
gates
are
are
free.
Yeah.
So
So you don't need
There
translators
are-
or anything.
yeah, that could open up some routing pretty early on.
Yeah, Great Temple is just immediately open.
Yeah, so if you get like early light beam, it's like, oh crap, which direction do I go?
Oh, yeah. Can open up fast, but it'll be a fun one. I just can't wait for there to be, like, you know... I can't wait for a Morbus to be required, and then we have keys on Chica and Quad, and it's unhinted. That'll be a fun one.
Alright, I've got to hop out of here and do some stuff. GG's, Reggie.
GG's.
Oh, yeah.
Go yell at Jay for both of us.
Mhm.
Unless you have anything else to add, Reggie, I think we can just finish up the episode here.
Nope, nothing from me. Thanks to the Speed Gaming team as always, and for commentary.
Yes.
Follow the runners, and you can also follow commentators if you want. I don't think... well, we have a couple more matches for this happening right now on Speed Gaming 7 and Speed Gaming 4. We've also got other Metroid Prime 2 races. And we don't have any scheduled tomorrow because week 3 will be beginning. But look out for more races next week. Week 3, as we said, Guardian Slayer. So only 3 SDKs, but they are on a Morbus, Chica, and Quad every single time. So can make some fun seeds. Other than that, Marion, Reggie, nothing else to add. So we will see you next mission, everybody. Have a good one.